My goodness. I am here. Can you believe it? I am actually alive. Ooh. So, where have I been these past few moments of my life? So, to like the 5 to 10 people that have been curious, there has just been a lot going on in this past year. So yeah, I'll give some people some time to fill in before I kind of explain everything that's been going on. Give anyone that pops in like a couple last minutes to go over this form that's right here, keeping it open just a few moments longer. I have not looked at the results yet, but I'm very excited to explain how I'm going to essentially get this tier list together here and decide which Pokemon we're going to use and which ones we are not in Fire Red. So I'm just going to kind of sit here for a couple minutes, and then when I decide that we are good to go, I'm just going to go ahead and do everything. But I'm here, so feel free to chat with me for a little bit while we get started with everything. Alright, so before I get started on here, just a little bit about me. Recently I had been doing some just like posts online about doing monotype runs of Pokemon Fire Red and recently Emerald of every single type, but that has kind of dropped off a little bit. It's not dead, but it's just I've had more interest in writing a novel recently, so I've been taking more interest in that. A few things on where I've been this past year as far as streaming and content goes. I generally have just been doing a lot more with my life right now. You know, a lot has been going on where I haven't really wanted to sit down and do this kind of thing. So I got a new job. If you can tell, I moved. I'm in a condo now, so I no longer live in an apartment. Love it. I got new piercings, so I just wanted to do something a little different, something a little wild, so I did that for my birthday last year. Let's see what else. You know, I had a lot of, you know, bad things happen to my family, and it was a lot for me to mentally process. So, you know, with a lot of passing away of close family members, I decided it was not a good time to also go back into, you know, being on an online sphere in that capacity. That's where a lot of my feelings turn to writing as well. So I've gone really into writing just in general because of a lot of, you know, bad experiences that have happened in the past year. And so it's really helped me move forward a lot. And, you know, so if you're ever in a bad place, you know, I recommend honestly just writing. Something really good though, you know, I said I'm already in this condo. I'm going on vacation soon, and I actually got married, so I am now married. So there are good things still going on in my life, and I felt like, you know, right before my vacation, you know, I have about 2 weeks before I go, I was like, you know what, let's give this another shot, you know? And even if people don't watch, you know, I just want something to do, something to have fun with, and I know, you know, I haven't had much interaction, but I've always had, like, some interaction whenever I've done something, so, you know, some interaction, why not? Even if not, you know, it's something for me to do, so, I always like playing Pokemon. So, I'm now gonna open my form. Ooh. So, I made a Google form, and in this Google form, I made, you know, the questions. It was like, pick the Pokemon that, you know, you want to ban. So get rid of some of these dudes. And so, with that, I gathered some responses. And if I can get to the summary of those responses, what I'm going to do is that we are going to take the top responses, and basically, like a Pokemon, like I see Zapdos at the top. So Zapdos will not be allowed. So let me explain this tier list that I made. So I decided that the Pokemon we're going to use are bottoms because, you know, I'm very mature, and everyone likes to use a bad bottom, I guess. Then for tops, we can't use the tops because the tops are gonna, you know, you can't use a top. The top's gonna use you. I put leaf green because leaf green baddies are not allowed here. We can't use those. And I put post-game loser because we have one particular loser who's only in the post-game, and we can't use that loser. So, unfortunately, they get their own little tier. Then I made another tier called "Why Are You Here, Sir?" Because when I was searching through this list, there's some interesting ones. Like we have these Deoxyses, and then something that really intrigued me. We got this little guy Teddy Urso over here. And I was like, what is this little guy doing here? Why are you here? So that is a tier for those kind of goobers. So to start off with this, I see Zapdos is at the top and got the most votes. Not surprised because Zapdos is, you know, an incredible Pokemon and can, you know, absolutely demolish Fire Red as soon as you get Surf. So then going forward, we're going to take all the Pokemon with 12. We have Alakazam, Moltres. Okay, so Alakazam and Moltres. I'm not surprised Alakazam is not allowed to be used either. So Alakazam, Moltres. Let's see what's next. We're going to go to 11. Venusaur, Jolteon, Snorlax, and Articuno. Okay, Venusaur is probably what I would say the best, I've played this game with every single type of Pokemon, so I kind of know what the meta game for, just playing a regular run of Fire Red is. So I know these games pretty well. I would say Venusaur is definitely the best of the starters, and I would say that Charizard is the weakest of the starters. So it does not surprise me to see Venusaur is ahead of the other starters. So let's see. Jolteon, Snorlax, and Articuno. Okay. So Jolteon, who... Sorry, I think Jolteon's good, but I think Jolteon's a little overrated. Don't fight me on that, but I think there are better electric types in the game. Alright. So, honestly, electric just, electric's not the greatest in this game. It really hits its stride. I don't remember if I've done an electric run of Emerald yet or not, but electric types, just from my experience playing Emerald a lot, I just all I do is essentially play Pokemon, apparently. So playing Emerald, electric types are definitely at their stride in Generation 3. That's definitely their strongest performance in the Hoenn region. In Kanto, they suffer a lot from so many ground types, so many earthquake users, abundance of grass types, where electric just... they don't have the coverage to fight against them. Unless your name's Electabuzz. Electabuzz has proper coverage for most things, but a lot of the other Pokemon don't. Magneton has the Steel typing to help it out, and Electrode can explode, but Jolteon doesn't have that as much going for it. And Zapdos escapes that fate because it's a flying type, so it doesn't have to deal with Earthquake. Alright. So, what did I say? I think I said Snorlax and Articuno. Yeah, not surprised. Snorlax is king, and that's a legendary. Alright, Snorlax, Articuno. Alright, then to 10s, we have Lapras, Nidoking, and then Abra and Mr. Mime. Alright, so Lapras. Lapras is pretty good. Nidoking is also, yeah. Nidoking has fallen from the Nido Kingdom in Generation 1, but is definitely still a top contender of one of the most absurd Pokemon in Kanto. A fully evolved Pokemon with 500 stats right after Mount Moon. Like, that's absurd. And then, who did I say? Let's see. Lapras, Nidoking, Abra, and Mr. Mime. So the way I did this, I decided to lump the trait evolutions together because, without Abra, you can't get Mr. Mime, so it's kind of a weird thing. I could have, separated them, but let's say, if Mr. Mime was allowed and Abra wasn't, there's not really a way to get Mr. Mime. So I just linked them together. I was like, you know what? This is easier. Don't have to think about it. So, let's see. Where is Abra? Abra. That's funny that Kadabra is not on there, but Abra is so far. I'm sure Kadabra will be here, though. Psychic type's absurd. I'll be surprised if I get to use any Psychic types. Alright, so... who is next? Let's see. Abra, Mr. Mime. Gengar, Gyarados, and Vaporeon. Alright, not surprised to see any of those guys there. Gengar, amazing. Just absurd. Alright, Vaporeon and Gyarados. Also, both very solid. Gyarados Intimidate, monster stats, evolves super early. Vaporeon, Surf Ice Beam. Surf Ice Beam just... I don't know if I'll be able to use any Surf Ice Beam users very well. They might give me, Seeking, but that's sketchy. I've used a Seeking before, and it's sketchy. Alright, so I get Blastoise, Nidoqueen, and yep, there's Kadabra. So Blastoise, again, not as great, I think, as Venusaur, because I think Venusaur just has a stronger performance throughout the entire game. But again, Surf Ice Beam, pretty tanky. Can't go wrong with that. Said Kadabra was on there. And Nidoqueen. Yeah, Nidoqueen has the same thing as Nidoking going on. They're just both absurd. Alright, so let's see. Gengar, Gyarados, Vaporeon. Okay. Kadabra. Aerodactyl and Dragonite. Aerodactyl, yeah, Aerodactyl you get pretty late, but, you know, you can technically get as early. It starts at a really low level, but, you know, in the terms of, like, you know, because this is more geared towards a Nuzlocke than just, like, playing the game regularly, I could see Aerodactyl hitting a really good stride that a lot of other Pokemon wouldn't in a Nuzlocke. Definitely better in a Nuzlocke than regularly playing the game. Let's see here. I'm literally forgetting who I'm saying. Aerodactyl, Dragonite. Yeah, Dragonite, pseudo-legendary, you know. You get it really late, but it can sweep, so... Yeah, being able to sweep the last fights in the game pretty well. I'd say that warrants that. Alright. Tentacruel, Charizard, and Golem. No! Oh man, I love Tentacruel and Golem. Sorry, Charizard, you're okay though. I think Charizard's only here because it's a starter. I think Charizard's not bad, you know, it escapes Earthquake Hell, luckily. But, you know, the 4 times weakness to rock and, you know, it's not as great performance throughout the entire game. Like, but the way that I'm doing this tier list, like, we have yet to go where maybe we go down the line and Charmander, wherever Charmander is, will be available, but Charizard won't. So we have that to kind of play around with. You know, like, Charizard has a terrible, terrible early game, but, you know, something like Charizard has, you know, a decent late game. I wouldn't say it's anything fantastic. I think Blastoise has a better late game than Charizard does, but, like, overall, Charizard's only strong point is Erica, but, like, it's Erica. Erica's not difficult. So let's see here. I said Golem, Charizard, and, of course, our speedy Surf Ice Beam user. Yup. Alright. So let's put these Deoxys in the Why Are You Here, Sir? They're bugging me. And then I notice you are in the Leaf Greens. Okay, so let's see here. Who is next? I'm eventually gonna, when I start to fill this out, like, right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 22 Pokemon in there. When I start to get around, like, maybe, like, 40, I'll, like, switch to the bottom of the list and start going over some of the Pokemon we can use, maybe. Because, again, I don't know, like, how many Pokemon are going to be, like, tied for votes or anything like that, where I might have to do, like, a tiebreaker and, like, you know, like, if anyone pops into the chat, ask them if they want to do anything. If no one does, it's just going to be my decision. Hey, post-game loser. Alright. Yeah, the post-game loser is Mewtwo. We can't use Mewtwo. He's a loser that doesn't want to be used. So, loser! Okay. Next up, we have the 7s. So, Golduck and Lickitung. I mean, I guess Golduck is a Surf Ice Beam user. So, that's fair enough. But I'm surprised to see Golduck here before some of the others. Like, we still have, well, people really don't like Poliwrath for some reason. That's something I learned when I was playing my monotypes. People really don't like Poliwrath. I think Poliwrath is amazing, but a lot of people don't like Poliwrath. And that is a damn shame. Do I think it's the best water type? No, but I think, like, there's more that you can do with Poliwrath than some of the others that make it more fun. You know, it can, like, it's not the best, you know, but you can use, like, bulk up strategies instead. So you can have, like, a mixed set with, like, Hypnosis, and I know a lot of people don't like mixed sets in Pokemon, but, you know, they do have their, like, times where I think that they're useful. You know, Hypnosis is absurd in this game anyway, so I really think that Poliwrath isn't that bad. But tangents aside, Lickitung's pretty horrible. So I'm not sad about not being able to use Lickitung. Lickitung is outclassed by nearly every single normal type. Well, not all of them, but almost all of them. So let's see. Where are you, Lickitung? I can't find Oh, here's Lickitung. Just bothering Hitmonchan. Don't do that. So, Lickitung, I think you're only here because of Golduck. Like, don't get it twisted. So let's see here. I was on the 7s. Arcanine, Machamp, Rhydon. Oh my god. Well, thank you for not letting me use Rhydon. Arcanine, I didn't use Arcanine in my monotype runs because I played Leaf Green instead for Magmar access. But Arcanine, from, what I can see and what I conclude, Arcanine's pretty good. Intimidate's always amazing. Great offenses, so I think Arcanine's good. I see why it's banned. Machamp too, I see a lot of fighting types be banned just for bulk up strategies in this game, Psychic types are absurd, and yes, they're weak to those, but, having access to bulk up really, bolstered a lot of Pokemon. Like, when, I used bug types, and I got Pinsir with bulk up, whew, bulk up, just changes so many Pokemon. So let's see here. Who do I got next? I said Rhydon. Okay, Rhydon. Rhydon's terrible. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Rhydon is absurdly terrible. So thank you for not letting me use the Dawn. Oh man, Rhydon was the biggest letdown I've ever used. Well, there's also Aggron, but, I've had enough, apparently, arguments with people online about why I think Aggron's pretty bad, but that's fine. Okay, Raichu, Dragonair, and Raticate. Oh, well, Guts Raticate. I get it. Alright. You Eradicate decently early. I can see why you would ban it. Guts is pretty good. I think it's a little, overrated, but I think if I were, voting too, I would ban it. So, Dragonair, yeah, Dragonair isn't fantastic, but I think Dragonair, with the Surf access, and being just a Dragon type, and getting it early enough, where I think Dragonair is a pretty fine and fun to use middle stage Dragon. And Raichu, yeah, makes sense, Pikachu, get it at a point. It does really well against Misty, pretty fast. It has some of the same problems as Jolteon later on, but you get Raichu earlier. So I think Raichu is above Jolteon, just for, availability sakes. So let's see. Fearow, Cloyster, and Haunter. Okay. Fearow, pretty decent. Not the greatest flying type. I think Dodrio outclasses it, but Fearow for when you get it, and, what you can do with it while you have it. I think Fearow's pretty solid, so makes sense. Let's see, we had Haunter. Haunter is Gengar Light, so it makes sense why it's here. Absurdly powerful. And who did I say was that last one? Cloyster. Yeah, Cloyster makes absolute sense. Its defense is cracked, so I can absolutely see it being there. Surf Ice Beam again, so not the most powerful Surf Ice Beam, but it's Surf Ice Beam, which is great in this game. Let's see. And to round off the 7s, we have Exeggutor. Yeah, Psychic type, so... And honestly, if you want my opinion, I don't think Grass is very bad in this game. Grass can do absolutely nothing against Fire types, but the Grass types in Kanto get so much utility. Sleep Powder, Leech Seed, there's Psychic for Exeggutor. You can get some with Stun Spore, you can, Self-Healing Giga Drain, Chlorophyll, Sunny Day, Solar Beam. There's a lot you can do with Grass types in Kanto, and I think the Grass types have a really strong showing in Kanto, honestly. Really solid early game. Even too, their late game, I think the only fights they really fall apart at are when you're facing fire types in particular. Flying types don't feel like they're as big of an issue just because the flying type isn't as strong as an offensive type. But against fire types especially, there feels like there's almost nothing you can do against fire types with grass types. So let's see. Okay, so with that, how many 6s? We'll do the 6s and then we'll move on to the bottom. So I have Hitmonlee, Gloom, and Graveler. So really, Gloom is here before Vileplume? That's interesting. So Graveler, I don't know. I guess just because you get it, maybe Graveler around Rock Tunnel, and it's still doing pretty good at that point. You know, Golem falls off a little later in the game. I'd say around when Rhydon appears, is when Graveler's not at its greatest, but you know, it's really good for when you do get it. Like, I love Golem for, you know, what it can do when you get it. You know, it has glaring weaknesses, but you know, it does really well at certain points. Gloom, grass type. I'm surprised Vileplume isn't here, though. Maybe they're in the same tier, though. I said something else. Hitmonlee. Yeah, Hitmonlee is definitely the better of these. Do I think Hitmonchan will be banned? Maybe? It's kind of a toss-up with me with Hitmonchan. Hitmonchan's at, like, that point where, like, I could see it being banned, but I could not. I guess it depends, like, how many Pokemon we actually end up banning and what we do get to use. Alright, so I'll move a couple more leaf greens. Can't use Starmie, no! Starmie, the best Pokemon in the game. Alright. So, Ivysaur, yeah, there's Vileplume. So, Ivysaur. There you are, Ivysaur. Same thing, you know, fantastic early mid-game. Vileplume. You know, Sunny Day, Solar Beam, Sleep Access, Chlorophyll, pretty solid. And then we have, I think, who did I read? I read someone. It was Dugtrio. Yeah, when catching an absurdly overpowered Dugtrio and just, like, absolutely demolishing Lieutenant Surge with that, like, it's absurd that they let you do that. You just enter into a Diglett cave and you're like, okay, I'm gonna catch a level 30 Dugtrio now, and then you just completely demolish, like, the mid portion of the game. It falls off for sure, but you know, Dugtrio does fine for when you get it, and you know, I've used it before. Definitely not the worst. So let's see. And then we have our last 6s. We have Magneton and Hypno. So, Hypno's not the greatest Psychic type, but, you know, it gets, you know, Hypnosis, Dream Eater, Psychic, you know, it's a Psychic type in Kanto. Just because its offenses aren't the absolute best, it is really good at what it does. It's honestly actually probably the best Shadow Ball Psychic type user, with the highest physical attack, I think, of Psychic types, so you know, to counter Psychic types, Hypno's actually a really good counter to other Psychic types. So I think it's a little underrated in that sense. You know, because everyone's like, oh, I want the Zam right away. I want Starmie, who, yes, I would say are better, but I think Hypno in its own right can put in a lot of work that, you know, maybe Zam or Starmie wouldn't be able to do. I still think that they can both take on other Psychic types themselves, but I think Hypno does it just a little bit better. And then who did I say? I said one more that was with Magneton. Magneton makes sense. It's the only steel type. Has a heck of a lot of resistances. Pretty solid as far as electric types go too. So I need some water now before we move on to the bottoms. Okay. Also, let me make sure that I'm still, you know, recording this. I don't want to just be talking to myself. So let's see. Yeah, says I'm live. Ooh, 0 viewers. Okay. Queen. That's fine. Okay. So, next up, we are going to look at these big bottoms. So, I see a lot of other. I'm guessing that's all like 1 or 0 votes. So, we'll start with the 2s. So, I can't really. It won't show me who got 0. But if I go to 2, then I can judge based on 2. And then keep going on the tops and then just kind of count who's left. So, it's giving me Mankey. So Mankey's going to be our answer to Brock for sure, because I don't know how many Pokemon I'm going to have access to in the beginning of the game. So Mankey is going to be best there. We have Psyduck and Clefairy. Okay. Clefairy's fine. It's nothing amazing, but it'll do okay if I get Clefable, which I doubt it'll be better, but Clefairy will, it'll be filler. For maybe some of the others. Psyduck, maybe our Surf user. We'll see. Might do okay. For a time being, it can probably tank Blaine fine, but probably not much else. So, Scyther and Tangela. Scyther will be definitely our hardest hitter. I don't think Scyther has the greatest matchups, especially in the late game. But Scyther will help carry our mid-game. I can definitely see Scyther carrying the mid-game and being our definitive answer to Erica. Alright, Tangela. So, Tangela, I don't think Tangela is that bad, honestly. Sure, we don't have Tangrowth, but we still have access to Chlorophyll, Sunny Day Solar Beam. I don't remember if Tangela got Sleep Powder or if that was some of the other grass types. So we'll see about that. I hope that Tangela, gets Sleep Powder. I want something with sleep on it. So hopefully the fools were wise enough to give me Butterfree, but we'll see. Get Kabutops and Amistar. Okay. Huh. Well, in all fairness, I only get to choose one of them. And if I had to choose one of them, I'm probably going to choose Amistar, because Amistar is a more reliable Surf Ice Beam user. Kabutops is more if you need, physical attack and you haven't used the Rock Slide move tutor yet. I think it does solid as that, good enough offensive damage. It's not the best, though, and you don't really need, the best Rock Slide user unless, your rival's using, Charizard, it helps, but then again, you could just use something with Surf. I think Amistar probably does the part better of just being a really solid Surf Ice Beam user. It's kind of slow, but at least it's a little tanky, just very, very weak to grass. Alright, so what's next? They're probably just there because of availability. You get them really late, but I can probably rush Koga to get them right away. Marowak and Parasect. Marowak, ooh, we are gonna be farming for a Thick Club. Heck yeah. So Marowak with a Thick Club does really good damage, but Marowak is a little underwhelming when you get to the end of the game. It just doesn't have the best matchups, but, it can do good damage, but it's honestly, its survivability is not that great. So, I get it. Let's see. Parasect. We do have a Spore user. Parasect is probably the weakest of the grass types. It does fine as a bug, I guess, but it's not the greatest grass type. The mid game is pretty good for it. It's actually not too bad against I'll say some of the fighting types. I think Spore helps it a lot. It's kind of slow, but I think its physical power and Spore can help it even against Sabrina. But once you get to Koga and anything beyond, I think this thing absolutely falls apart. And it will almost never see battle. Anything is just going to kill it immediately. 4 times weak to flying, 4 times weak to fire, rock types, just, I don't think it can do anything when you get to Koga. Alright, so Wigglytuff and Horsey. Some people sleeping on Wigglytuff a little bit. And now let me explain. Wigglytuff, you can get super early. It basically becomes like... So the way that I see like the Nidokings and Clefable and Jigglypuff, they're all kind of like if you know Fire Emblem, they're basically like the Jagans of Fire Red. You know, they help you carry a part of the game. And then they start falling off. The most so with Wigglytuff, though. Wigglytuff definitely falls off the most. You know, its offensive stats are probably the worst of any of them, but it does learn some niche things. I think it could learn Ice Beam, so I could see it being useful for there. And I know I'll definitely... Like, if I can get my hands on a Jigglypuff, I'll definitely want to, you know, just Moonstone it, give it some Move Tutor moves like Mega Punch, and then just, you know, hope that it can carry me for a while with its good HP at least, but any other stats not that great. So, it's fine, but I don't know if I'd ban it, but I think it's a little low. If that makes sense. Like, there's some things... are there some things here? I don't know. It's kind of... Well, I'm going to be real with you. I think it's better than Rhydon. So, but then again, I think most things are better than Rhydon. And Horsey. Okay, Horsey, you know, basic. I don't have much to say about it. It's a first stage water type. Alright. So, before we move on to the 3s, I'm going to clear out this tier list a little bit again. So, let's see here. We need to... I am shocked at some of these that are still left. Hi, Mew. Why are you here, sir? Why are you here, sir? No, really. Why is Teddy Ursa here? Is it... Well, I have a Sprites tier list. Is it because it's technically the only Pokemon that changed sprites from the Johto games to not be, like, green? I don't know. It's interesting. That's probably the reason, but who knows? Alright. Sandshrew and Sandslash, you can get out of here. Your Leaf Green baddies. I gotta say, I'm surprised at some of the ones that are still left. Like... Y'all still got Weezing in here. Y'all got Poliwrath, and especially my Queen Jinx. Like, y'all got Jinx still in here? I mean, if you want to give me Jinx, I can sweep the entire game with Jinx, but I will gladly take that. Alright, so let's move back to the top. So let's see. Actually... How many do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42. So there's about, like, 20 more Pokemon to ban, maybe? Okay. Do I think the 4s are going to be allowed? I don't know if the 4s are going to be allowed. So let's go to the 5s, because I think the 5s are going to be banned. So, Wartortle. Wartortle, middle stage, that's a fine mid-game. You know, Rock Tunnel especially, I can see it being really useful for. So, wherever Wartortle is banned. We have Clefable. Darn it. So... Clefable has Calm Mind access, which, you know, not a lot of not Psychic-type Pokemon have access to, so if I wasn't going to get a Psychic-type user, you know, Clefable is going to be Calm Mind. That's my AC, so now it's going to be loud in here. Oh, no. Alright. Ghastly. Yeah. Even if it's just a Ghastly, Ghastly still can do some of the things that Haunter and them can do. Curse, Hypnosis, you know, can help you out. Charmeleon, it's okay. I think, you know, I wouldn't ban it over Amistar and Kabutops, but, you know, you do you, girls. So, let's see. Nidorino and Primeape. Nidorino, very mid Pokemon. So we won't be able to evolve our Mankey, unfortunately, which makes sense, because Primeape's pretty good. You know, bulk up, fast, good damage. So, what is next? Poliwrath. Yeah, I talked about Poliwrath and Chansey. I know people really like Chansey for Nuzlocke because it can tank special hits very well, and, you know, access to self-healing, and, you know, being able to stall really well with it. I know you get the Toxic TM from Koga, so you can just Toxic Stall with Soft Boiled, you know, pop it with some other things, give it the Seismic Toss move tutor, so I see why Chansey would be banned. Alright, so Nidorino, Primeape, Poliwrath, Chansey, Bulbasaur, and Dratini. Dratini's probably here just because it's a dragon. I don't know. I don't know if I'd ban Dratini or not. I guess I can see it. Nothing fantastic, but not bad. You know, Thunder Wave at least. Bulbasaur absolutely makes sense. Bulbasaur is the best of the starters, and even as a Bulbasaur, I could see Bulbasaur being an answer for Misty. So Bulbasaur, even just in its base form, would be able to entirely just clear the first 2 gyms for us, maybe fall off a little at the 3rd gym, but even then still, it can do good with its access to Sleep Powder, Leech Seed, and anything else we would need from it. So Bulbasaur totally makes sense. Best starter. So I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 51, 52. Alright, those are the 5s. So any of the 4s are kind of dubious right now. So I guess what I will do, since I see this other category, I'm gonna make another row underneath. Or not above. Oh my god. Add a row below. So I'm going to name this is the 4. So if you are in 4, you're gonna go there where your fate is. Beedrill, Venomoth, and Dodrio. Okay. So, Beedrill, Venomoth, what is it, Dodrio, I think it said? Yeah, Dodrio. Butterfree, Pidgeot, and Nidorina. Oh man, I hope I get to use Butterfree. Probably not, though. Alright, Pidgeot, Butterfree, what was the last one? Pidgeot, Butterfree, Nidorina, okay. So, Midmon, and where's Butterfree? Am I blind? Where are you, my best friend? I do not see her. Oh no, I don't see her. Did I place her somewhere already accidentally? Who knows? We'll run into Butterfree. If you can find it and I can't, well, who knows? Why is Tauros still here? Tauros is a dubious choice, seriously? That's absurd. Okay. So, I have Golbat, and then there's Poliwhirl and Jinx. Okay, makes sense. So, Poliwhirl, Jinx. Where are you, Jinx? What was that last one? Said Golbat. Okay, Golbat and Machoke. So Machoke and Golbat. Makes sense why they'd be here, I guess. You know, Golbat's not fantastic, but it's good enough for when you get it. So yeah, a lot of these are like what people would consider mid Pokemon. But Poliwhirl, even then, Poliwhirl's pretty good itself, you know. Surf, Ice Beam, decently fast, you know. Machoke, Muck, Electrode, and Weezing. Alright, here are the poison boys. Although, if you're asking me, Muck and, well, more particularly Weezing. Weezing is really good. Won't be able to explode, though, unfortunately, but still, it gets access to Thunderbolt, which kind of surprised me. So I said Muck, Wheezing, and Electrode. Alright, people really, I guess this is an Emerald, Electrode and not being able to explode much in a, I can see it in a Nuzlocke being probably the least impressive electric type. So let's see, who else is in Tier 4? We have Electabuzz, Flareon, and Tauros. Alright. Electabuzz. I really loved Electabuzz just because it got access to Psychic. Psychic was amazing on it, honestly. Flareon. So, Tauros. Okay. So, Flareon. Flareon's also a really... I think Flareon, again, is underrated. I don't think it's the best. Fire type's not at the best spot. It is, but I think, Flareon just... Even access to Shadow Ball and Dig, I think Flareon's gonna be doing your best physical damage, honestly. Maybe Arcanine puts it for a run for its money, but honestly, Flareon, I think Flareon's really solid. I mean, you get it earlier than Charizard, too. Let's see, Tauros. Yeah, Tauros is absurd. Intimidate. Great physical damage, Not much else to say. Charmander, Drowsy, and Execute. Okay. So, we have Charmander, Drowsy, and the eggs. Alright. So, if that is the case, oh, I guess Squirtle still remains here. Really? Y'all put Charizard above Squirtle? That's interesting. Well, alright then. Alright, so I'm guessing we can put the 3s up at the bottoms then, with all these dubious 4s, because I didn't even touch 3 yet. So I have Kangaskhan and Oddish. Kangaskhan. Well, I'm definitely going to use Kangaskhan. If I can catch it, that is. If I can catch it. You know what? Any of the Safari Zone ones, I could see the Safari Zone ones being up here, only because they're like, do you think you can catch it? I bet you can't. I bet you can't. So, that's probably why those are there. Rattata, Coughing, Geodude. Okay. Yeah, a lot of these are just going to be Stage 1 Pokemon, so... Geodude, Rattata. Okay, who else? Diglett, Nidorans. Okay, Diglett and the Nidorans. Diglett will be our answer to Surge, at least, so we got something there. The Nidorans probably won't do much. Will probably just interfere with me getting Jigglypuff. Squirtle. Squirtle has to be our starter then. Okay, so, Squirtle and Mankey can take on Brock fine. So, I'm not worried about the beginning of the game, at least. Let's see. Seeking and Seadra. Seeking... Seeking is Seeking. It's probably the worst of the water types in the game. But Seadra, I don't think Seadra's anything to scoff at. I think Seadra's pretty frail, but Seadra actually has pretty good offenses. It's, I'm pretty sure it's the same offensive capabilities as Kingdra, just without the bulk or the dragon type. So, I think Seadra will be just fine, honestly. I might use Seadra as my primary water type. Kingler's pretty trash because... it can't use physical moves, unfortunately, very well, so, Crabhammer's a special move. Its special attack is atrocious. Okay, so we got Rapidash and Persian. Okay. Persian's not the greatest, but it's not too bad. It's fast. Rapidash, not the best special attacker, but Rapidash can actually learn Sunny Day Solar Beam, so it actually does have coverage against water types. Now, you probably don't want to send it out against a water type, but if you need to use Solar Beam on something, maybe one of your grass types set up the sun and, you know, for whatever reason they die, I can see Solar Beam being pretty nice. Let's see. Arbok, Spearow, and Farfetch'd. Okay, Arbok, you know, we get an Intimidate user potentially. And then we get Spearow and Farfetch'd. That's... Spearow... I see myself more, like, wanting to use Farfetch'd. So... Oh man, Spearow can block my Mankey encounter, I just realized. Ugh! I mean, that's fine. I have Squirtle, so Squirtle can carry no matter what. I mean, Bubble's not the greatest, but... You know, I'd prefer Bulbasaur for Gym 1, but Squirtle's fine. Okay. So we have Pidgeotto and Growlithe. Okay, Growlithe is potentially Intimidate, but not as great as Arbok, I'd say. Arbok's just kind of a letdown because of its learn set, honestly. It doesn't learn anything that much. Like, Glare's fine, I guess, but it just... Arbok's been neglected by Game Freak for so long, unfortunately. I really wish it wasn't that way. Let's see. Pidgeotto, mid-stage bird. Probably the weakest of the mid-stage birds, honestly. Voltorb, Magnemite. Okay, so one steel type, you know. If I can... Oh, you can't even catch it before Koga. There's Butterfree. Get in your dubious 4 spot. Alright. Magnemite. And then Voltorb. Alright. So, let's see. And then Hitmonchan. Okay. Interesting, interesting. I think Hitmonchan is just here because of its really bad, you know... It doesn't have the greatest learn set, but, you know, we can give it Brick Break at the very least. I think everyone was thinking, you know, let's put Hitmonchan here because of the elemental punches. You know, Hitmonchan with Fire Punch, Ice Punch, Thunder Punch is a complete joke in this game, and you should not be using that with its special attack stat. Hitmonchan really doesn't get good until the next games, but I think as a bulk-up user, it can be fine. It's probably, in my opinion, the worst fighting type fully evolved, but yeah, it's tough. I'd probably, I mean, you can get Machoke earlier. Yeah, I guess it's at that tough point where I don't know if I'd really ban it or not. Alright, Pinsir, you're a leaf green. And are the rest of these what we're left with? The 28? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Okay, so I missed some Pokemon somewhere. So let's go through the list and see if I see any of these. So let's see. Zapdos, Alakazam, Moltres. I guess, what am I really looking for? Okay, let's just go. Let's go along from the bottom, because they're going to be more towards the bottom, I'm guessing. Mankey, Psyduck, Clefairy, Scyther, Tangela, Kabutops, Amistar, Marowak, Parasect, Wigglytuff, Horsey, Kangaskhan, Oddish, Rattata, Coughing, Geodude, Diglett, Nidoran, Squirtle, Seaking, Seadra, Kingler, Rapidash, Persian, Arbok, Spearow, Pidgeotto, Growlithe, Voltorb, Magnemite, Hitmonchan. I'm not seeing much here. Unless I'm missing something. I wish I could see what that other is, because the other seems kind of wrong. I mean, I'll go through the list at the end, too, to make sure I didn't make any mistakes, but unless someone put something up here, but I doubt they would. Let's see. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Add 1 for Jinx. So I have 19 in the 4s. I guess that's just wrong. Let me search through the 3s and 2s again. All right, 21 plus 1. So I should have 33 in there, I think. So let's see, 10, 20, 30, yeah, 33. And let's see, I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 52. So I should have... I think I counted wrong. One more time. Keep losing track at this point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Keep only getting 51. I don't know why, but I don't think it's wrong then. I don't think there's anything going on here. Unless I randomly put some 4 up in there, but I don't think I did. So we're just gonna say that that's right. My next guess, maybe, were any of these leaf greens? Like, am I going crazy? Why are there so many? Why are there so many of you? Who knows? I'm just gonna start putting them in here. So we have Cubone, Caterpie, Rhyhorn, Goldeen, Metapod, Magikarp. Oh my god. I clicked out of it. Okay, whew, it's saved. Oh my god. I'm like, don't do that. Ditto, Eevee, Porygon, Ammonite, Kabuto, Weedle, Kakuna, Pidgey, Ekans, Pikachu, Clefairy, Zubat, Paris, Venonat, Meowth, Poliwag, Machop. Oh my god, get the frick out of here. You couldn't see the ad, but it was driving me crazy. Ponyta, Doduo. Really? Seal and Dugong? Well, I'll take that back about Seadra. Dugong's the go-to water type here. Alright, So let's count what we have now. We have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65 Pokemon. Over here we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 51, 52. So do we have 13 of these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So I need to ban 13 of these. So I need 6 Pokemon. I need to use the bathroom. I don't think anyone's going to come in, but if it comes to my decision, I will decide which ones are the weakest. But I need the 6 worst Pokemon in 4 to be voted if they, let's see, I need the 6 worst Pokemon in 4 to be voted if, I'm just going to say I need the 6 worst Pokemon in 4 listed now. Okay, so now I go pee. I be back. Alright, I guess it is up to me to decide who the worst Pokemon are. I mean, maybe I'll refresh. No more responses. So, now I get to choose. Ooh. I'm going to be fair, though. I am going to be fair. I'm not just going to give myself the best ones. So, I'll get this out of the way right now. Jinx is not being used, and neither is Poliwhirl, and neither is Butterfree. And Weezing's not going to be used. If we're going to use someone, we are going to use Charmander. Charmander's easily the weakest of these in here. I think Nidorina's also pretty weak. Nidorina is probably worse than the Psychic types because they'll get Psychic at least. So, as far as these other ones go, Tauros is also not going to be used because, yes, it's very hard to get, but Tauros is pretty good. So I'm not going to put Tauros in there. Electabuzz is not going to go in there, and neither is Flareon. To round off, if I had to pick one more to put in there, I'm going to put probably the best flying type, Dodrio, up in the tops. So to balance this out now with 3 more, because we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. We have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Wait. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. We have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Did I count that wrong? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we're allowed to bring in 2 more Pokemon. So, if I had to eliminate some more, I'm gonna eliminate Electrode. I want to say I'm eliminating Venomoth. Bulk up. Okay. Let's see. Execute. Does Execute learn Psychic? Let's see. Oh my god. My phone is... I'm trying to search this up on my phone, so you don't have to see. But Execute Learn Set. Let's look at this. Okay. So the moves learned. No, not Executor. You fools. This is a professional stream, I swear. I'm just honestly dicking around, so. Alright, Generation 3 Learn Set. Fire Red Leaf Green. Pretty terrible learn set, all things considered. It does learn Psychic, though. But it's... What are we saying for stats? Pretty bad. 325. Oof. And pretty late. I see. So I'm going to put Beedrill over there. We get Beedrill very, very early. Oh boy. Muck, what are we saying for your learn set? What are we saying for your learn set? Let's see. Sludge Bomb? Yeah, that's pretty good. Base stats? Oh, pretty good base stats. You're banned. I'm gonna allow Execute. Execute is probably going to be the Psychic type user. Because what are we looking at, Drowsy? We get you very early. We get you very early, Drowsy. 90 special defense, though. But total 328. Get access to Golbat first. Psychic Shadow Ball isn't bad. Decently tanky. What are your stats, Golbat? Because it's probably, I'm just gonna go ahead and say Pidgeot and then Machoke. It's not those two. I'm gonna say it's not those two. Golbat. Ooh, yeah, Golbat's stats are a lot better. And we get Golbat before we can even get Drowsy. That is true. We can get this. What's your learn set though, Golbat? I'm torn between the two of you. Confuse Ray, Wing Attack, Poison, Toxic, Giga Drain. You also learned Shadow Ball, Aerial Ace. I mean, you don't get Hypnosis though. But you know what? You know what? Your attacking stats are much better. Base 80 attack stat is going to do a lot more than a base 40 psychic. I'm going to put Drowsy in here, and I'm going to put you in there. Why are they uneven? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Oh, okay. Well, if I'm comparing these two, sorry. The eggs are here because if I look at Execute, we get Execute much later in the game. So Execute has a lot it can do with its learn set. However, there is an asterisk. It's not really going to be doing much damage. It can learn Psychic and Giga Drain. Maybe I need to reconsider this. Base 60 hits a lot harder. Do I ban the eggs or do I ban Drowsy? It's going to be one of these two. Well, by the time we catch Drowsy in between, what can Drowsy do? So Drowsy gets access to Surge and the Rock Tunnel. And potentially Cycling Road or the one down there? It's available earlier. You can get Psychic a lot earlier. That's true. But Execute hits a little harder at 60. We have Psychic and Shadow Ball. Resist Sabrina. Giga Drain, though. Access to Leech Seed. I don't think any other Pokemon has access to Leech Seed. That's tricky. That is tricky. Man, I wish someone was here to tell me Execute or Drowsy. Maybe if I reflect upon it enough, someone will say. Let's see. So you get it. Let's see. I might switch the two of them. I'm thinking of switching the two of them. Because I think there's more utility for Execute. I think there is more utility for Execute. There's a lot of rock ground types and a decent amount of water types. I'm gonna swap them. Okay. So, we are finally done. And I am going to save it. I am going to download the image, and I'm going to save it to my desktop. Ooh. No, I do not want to create an account. So, let me delete that one real quick. Here's what we got. Well, now I have to save it again. Ugh. Where's the save? Oh, here it is. Yay. Alright. So she is now saved onto my desktop. Hooray. So, here's what we got. Get the frick out of here, you ad. I'm glad you can't see that. So, we get Mankey, Clefairy, Psyduck, Scyther. We get Tangela, Amistar, Kabutops, Marowak, Parasect, Wigglytuff, Horsey, Kangaskhan, Oddish, Coughing, Geodude, Rattata, Diglett, the Nidoran, Squirtle, Seeking, Seadra, or Kingler, Rapidash, Persian, Arbok, Farfetch'd, and Spearow, Growlithe, Pidgeotto, Magnemite, Voltorb, Hitmonchan, Cubone, Kabuto, Caterpie, Rhyhorn Metapod, Magikarp, Goldeen, Ditto, Eevee, Porygon, Ammonite, Kakuna, Weedle, Pidgey, Ekans, Jigglypuff, Pikachu, Zubat, Paris, Venonat, Meowth, Tentacool, Poliwag, Machop, Ponyta, Doduo, Seal, Dugong, Grimer, Shelder, Onix, Krabby, Charmander, Nidorina, and Drowsy. So, are we ready? I think we're ready to finally actually play a game. Wow, not misleading at all. Alright, let's actually play a frickin' game now. So, goodbye window. Hello, Pokemon Fire Red. Ooh. No, gameplay is actually starting now. Can you believe that? Only an hour and 17 minutes in and I'm playing the game? That's crazy. Okay. Well, I thought maybe people would be entertained by seeing that list, but, clearly not. But I liked talking about it and sharing some of my opinions. And maybe someone would like to hear about my opinions someday. Maybe. I don't know, I got a lot of interaction whenever I posted mono runs, so maybe people like my ramblings, but who knows? Anyway, I do not need to hear any of this, so I am actually going to go into the settings here. I'm actually going to mute whenever I fast forward that, because I don't want anyone to have to listen to that. So, how do I? There we go. So, we can use, Charmander technically, but do I want to use Charmander? Like, I have the window open, so you can still see what we can use. Like, I'll keep this open in case anyone is like, oh, what can you use? I'll be like, oh, I can use these baddies, like, right up here. Like, these ones right here. I can use the bottoms. So I'll keep that up in case, you know, we're interested in looking at that. And people ask, but for now, we are just going through, and we are going to just speed on through here. So, your name is going to be Bottom. Oh wait, no, I guess you're Top. Oh my god, I just used my real... I just not instinctively put in my real name. Ah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm exposed on the internet. Oh shoot. Oh man, I was gonna put Japollo or Bottom or something. But yeah. Hi. Alright. So Rival gets to be Top though. We're gonna pretend that's not my name. Whoopsie. That's fine. Whose name isn't on the internet these days? Alright. So we got a potion. And first things first, let me change some of these options. We do not need that mid-text. We're playing on set mode. We are not babies. We are adults. Oh, I don't want the help menu. I don't need help. At least not now. But I will need help. Trust me. Okay. So, let's go. Don't need to talk to anyone. And let's just go through the beginning of this so we can actually, you know, get a Pokemon. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Go on, choose one. Okay. So, we can't go with Bulbasaur. We have Squirtle and Charmander to choose between. Now, I'm not guaranteed to get Mankey, so I have to pick Squirtle. So we're picking Squirtle. Besides, Squirtle is lower than the others anyway. So if I'm choosing one, I'm choosing Squirtle. So, Squirtle's nickname. So, I always like naming them after just like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So, I used to really like those as a kid. So, you get to be Leonardo. Another one I always named after the Pokemon movie. The lady always named her Blastoise Shell Shocker, so I kind of liked that one. Even though, when I learned what that, you know, actually means, like, there's some harsher implications if you really think about it. But I don't think you're supposed to think about it. This is a children's game, and I am a 25-year-old who called himself 26 the other day playing Pokemon. Because I forgot my age. Alright. So, yeah. I know how to battle. I just said I'm an adult. Okay. So, this is obviously just gonna be a little war of attrition here. So, yeah, I know how to play a game. Fire Red is a little text heavy, unfortunately, with like tutorials, but I did turn off the help menu, so we don't have to endure that. Luckily. Alright, one more should do it. Alright, awesome. Alright, now level 6! Yay, Leonardo. It's gonna be so weird not being able to evolve Leonardo, so Leonardo's probably gonna be boxed after a certain amount of time. I can see it doing fine against Misty, though. I mean, it gets Bite, so I definitely think Water types probably performed the best when I did my monotypes. Psychic was pretty close to it, but I think Water types, honestly, like, you know, Squirtle gets Bite, and is definitely one of the best users of Bite, so let's see here. Bashful. What is a bashful nature? I think that's neutral, but I gotta look it up, because I can never remember anything. Bashful nature Pokemon. Oh, it's one of the nullified natures. So, that's fine. Alright, those of you wondering, those are its stats. Calculate those for me, I guess. Okay. So, let's go. Slowly. Alright. So, now I guess I'm just gonna grind a little bit against some of these lowly Pokemon as we go on to the city. So, I don't think that I'll have too much problems in the beginning of the game. When do I think the game's gonna get a lot tougher? I mean, we'll definitely see a difficulty spike against Misty, I feel. Cause against Misty, I don't really know what I have against Misty. If I can get Wigglytuff, maybe? Wigglytuff would probably be good. So, yeah. I'm not cheating at all by kind of peeking at my list. You know what? I actually have access to Paris. So, Paris might come in handy against there. I'm worried about that rival fight afterwards. So, maybe I'll catch Geodude, and Geodude can deal with Pidgeotto. Because Geodude at that point won't be too badly underleveled. So, Obviously, we don't have Pokeballs. None of these encounters count. So, you know. Game begins once we get our Pokeballs. Yada, yada, yada. Let's see here. Okay. And we get the EXP. And we get Bubble! Yay! Instead of Water Gun, a good move, we get Bubble, a bad move. I love bad moves. Alright. So... Yeah. Let me heal, please. Okay, yeah, heal me. Okay, thank you. Okay, so now I go to the mart, and then we have to talk to this little goober. So we just have to spam through a bunch of text at the beginning of the game. Da-da-da-da-da. Okay. So, at least we don't have to go as, like... I don't see me having to go as grind heavy as I did when I was playing Coliseum. Maybe that was not the best game for me to choose to stream when I was starting. By the way, that's not going to be finished, I don't think. Sorry. It'll be one of those things in the past. I'll try and finish this one, though. I want to finish something. Because I'm bad at finishing things, apparently. I finished the Fire Red and Leaf Green monotypes, but Emerald, we're still working on. We're still working on Emerald. She's not dead, I swear. I got someone that asked me that the other day, and I was like, no, it's not dead. I'm sorry. I am just very focused on my little novel. Alright. So, Gramps! What do you call me for? Give me my freaking Pokedex, sir. Alright. I need some more water. I'm not the only one that needs water. You need some water too. Whether you're watching this now or later, you need water. That's right. You do. Okay. So. Da-da-da. Yeah. Well, I don't need a town map, sir. So, we just gonna go. Actually, you know what? I'll take a town map. It could help to, you know, if I need to look at what route I'm on for an encounter. So, I'll take it. Gee, that's lazy of him. Well, I'll say. What a lazy guy. Okay. So... do I have Pokeballs yet? I don't remember if we get them yet or not. Yeah, we do. Okay, so we can get our first encounter. It's either going to be Pidgey or Rattata, who we can both use. So, let's see if we're going to get Pidgey or Rattata. We get Rattata at level 2. Now, I don't know if I'm actually going to train up this Rattata long term because it's going to be stuck as a Rattata. I don't know what exactly Rattata's going to do that some of our other Pokemon won't be able to do, so we'll see. Alright, 1, 2, 3, capture. Yay. Alright. Its fangs are long and very sharp. Good to know. You know, I can name you Splinter, but I don't remember enough about the TNMT to, like, keep this theme going. So, it's gonna fall apart probably the next, like, few moments, but you know what? I don't even, what's the reporter girl's name? What's her name? I forgot. Yeah, this theme's falling apart. Anyway. I'm gonna go to heal. And then let's go catch our Route 2 encounter. Now, I think my least favorite part about Fire Red and Leaf Green, and maybe I should have installed this patch right before I did this, they do not give you the running shoes until after you clear Brock, so you can only walk. So I guess that's why I'm like I'm not hesitant to, like, fast forward things. You know, like, this old man's showing us how to catch a Weedle, but, like, we know how to catch a Weedle, we know how to do about all that, so, da-da-da-da-da. So, I'm not afraid to skip some things right now, so we can get to the more exciting things. Like, our next encounter is Pidgey. So, catching these isn't the worst thing, in the world, so, you know, even if we're not gonna use, like, Pidgey or Rattata, you know, it clears out some encounters later for us. So Pidgey's gonna decide to be a little bitch and crit us. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, so now we can catch it, hopefully. Because this Pidgey is deciding that it likes violence. So, Violent Pidgey. Now, I don't remember the reporter girl's name, so, theme is now done. Sorry! Okay. So, does not like to fight. Well, I don't care. You like... doesn't like to fight. You were so violent earlier, girl. Like, you're gonna be named Wendy. Miss Wendy over... Oh, that is not an E, that's a C. I wish I could read. Wendy. Not Wendex. Wendy. Alright, Wendy over here is gonna just decide to be mean, because she likes violence. Alright. So let's see here. I want to take a peek at you two. Docile and calm. I'm not even gonna bother to look those up right now because I don't think I'm really gonna use them long term. I just wanted to catch them so that they could, like, you know, if it was like a Caterpie or something, it could clear up an encounter to get maybe a Pikachu in Viridian Forest. Because Pikachu I can see using a bit longer than these two. Because as far as the bugs go, like, I'd have to grind up Pidgey to level 9 to get Gust, and I don't think it's worth it. I would rather just power level Squirtle. But I think the level cap for Brock is 14, so I can't go too crazy. As far as this optional rival fight, I am probably avoiding him like the plague. Unless I really need the levels, I don't want to fight him. So, I can train up Mankey as, like, if I catch Mankey, because this might very well be Spearow. I hope it's Mankey, but if it's Spearow, you know, it is what it is. So, we're hoping. Got my fingers crossed. Yes, Mankey. Alright. So, Mankey is good enough for now. I'll catch Mankey. Ugh, it's at that awkward point where I don't want to hit it again, so we're just gonna throw the Pokeball. Okay. 1, 2. Heck yeah. Oh, so much talking made me so thirsty. I just got water, which is the best thing for me to drink. You know, I'd really want a root beer right now, but... I'll get one when I go to the store. I'll treat myself to some root beer. Because I love root beer. That is my favorite soda. Let's see. Mankey. Mankey. What are we gonna name you, Mankey? You know what? I got it. We're gonna name you after the dueling monkey in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, Wheeler. After 1, Joey Wheeler. Love it. Alright, Wheeler, welcome to the team. So, Wheeler is gonna be our backup. And a mild is plus special attack minus defense. So, that kind of reminds me, when I did fighting types in my mono types, I had one that was, you know, it was also using special attacks. Like, but mine I think was like minus attack and plus special attack. And I was like, okay, Thunderbolt is Primate. Because it can use Thunderbolt for some reason. So, it was funny. So, I mean, it's here. It's gonna be a backup in case we need it for Brock. So, We'll see if I end up leveling it. I don't remember what level Squirtle gets, Water Gun. But maybe I need, you know, it to soak up some EXP after Brock, too. Because I'll definitely need some people, or some Pokemon to, you know, help with soaking up EXP. So right now, I'm gonna go to the Mart. And I am not playing around. We're going into Viridian Forest, home of Poison. Like, Poison is crazy in Viridian Forest. We're gonna buy some more potions. I'm actually gonna buy a couple Pokeballs. I'll buy, like, one Paralyze Heal in case we run into a Pikachu. Okay. But Squirtle's gonna be running away from Pikachu if we run into that. Oh, but I need to catch one if I run into it. Ooh, that's trouble. Okay. Well, we'll see then. Alright, this is our running shoes. Running shoes is my speed up right now. Sorry. Alright. Yeah, we don't have low kick yet anyway. Oh, I didn't even heal. Whatever. I only lost 2 HP. So I don't actually know. Is Tackle or Bubble better right now for me? What are my stats? Alright, they're equal. Yeah, Tackle's better, I thought so. Bubble is just so weak at 20 power. It's definitely not the right play here. Okay. And go down, good night. Alright. So, any EXP will help against anything up in Viridian Forest. Alright, let's catch us a Pokemon. It's probably not going to be Pikachu. But I believe there's an antidote there. Alright, I know the hidden items pretty well in Fire Red, too. So I know there's a potion at the end of the forest you can catch, too. So let's see. Let's get an item over there. It is Weedle. Okay, you know what? Fine. Maybe we need to poison something later. Who knows? Let's go use String Shot. And Poison Sting. Okay. The crit is fine. And Pokeball. Whew. Okay. And there we go. We got Miss Weedle. So we can't get Beedrill because I decided Beedrill was actually too good. It was in the dubious 4s. But as far as that concerns me, I think that Beedrill at level 10 is a little better than how something like Nidorino would stack up later in the game. Like, I don't see Nidorina doing much. I don't see Drowsy doing much. Maybe it's farsighted to, like, not see them doing very well, but I don't. So, let's see. You're a little bug. You're gonna, like, cap at Kakuna. So, I don't know. You can be named... You can be named Special K. You are a good cereal. Yes, you good little cereal, you. Special K. Alright, welcome to the team, Special K. Alright. So I guess it should be noted how I'm doing this. So, I mentioned level caps earlier. So, I'm going to be playing with level caps. Meaning I can't level above the ace. I'm not going to use items in battle. And any fainted Pokemon is going to be dead. So, very simple. Like, I guess all those challenge videos on YouTube and everything, you know, that, you know, yeah, they all use the same rules, so might as well copy them. No one's original these days, right? Right. Okay. So, I know eventually when I finish this, though, I would like to play further games, like Emerald, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Platinum, Black and White. Like, I would absolutely love to play some more. Yeah, I don't have running shoes, so we are just gonna walk on back with some fast forward. But I know that it is very jarring to the ears to hear fast forward music. So it's not something I mind, but I know a lot of people might not enjoy that. So we are just cruising right along into Viridian Forest again. Back to where we left off. Alright, let's get that item. Now, is Squirtle ready to face trainers yet? I'm not too sure about that, honestly. After this Kakuna, though, I will be. So, again, Kakuna takes a long time to kill because of all this hardened stuff, so I'm just gonna speed on through that. So, grinding is something that, you know, not a lot of people want to see, I imagine, so they want to see the actual fights. So, we're gonna start with our first bug catcher. So, he's got Weedles. My only concern with Weedle, obviously, are their poison stings. If that happens, they're not the strongest, but I do have my backups, though. So, I don't think a level 6 Weedle will be able to, you know, do super much against my other Pokemon, so... Although with just my luck, it feels like I always get poisoned by literally everything. So we'll see if that luck continues. I'm gonna get poisoned on this very first one. Oh, I didn't! I'm so good at this game. Alright, so there we go, level 9. Boom! Okay. Who we got next? Caterpie again. Well, not again, because it was not Caterpie the first time. Okay. So, I think if I get, Water Gun before Brock, I won't bother, right? Is that a good choice, though? Do I want only a water type? Because I might want other Pokemon still, too. I mean, I can fast forward grind. Look at the gyms. So, the gyms, yeah, 14. If I get Squirtle the Water Gun, that would be very nice. So let's see here. Okay. We good to face this next guy. You know what? I did buy some potions. Let's actually use them. We don't need that much money. I'll need the money later in the game, but we'll get the Versus Seeker at that point. And the Versus Seeker... Oh... Oh, well, I will look at everything after this. Thank you very much. My layout is very simple at the moment and everything. But, you know, I would absolutely love to look at it sometime. I am very small. I am starting out, as I did this, like, 2 years ago. But I am very appreciative towards you. Thank you. I'm sure everything you make looks really beautiful. Okay. String shot. Okay, so you're done. Well, not quite yet. Okay, so just a little bit more. Boom, done. Okay, here we go. And level 10. Okay, and withdraw is not gonna help us. Okay. Maybe this is why they're like, you get Squirtle because your learn set is trash right now. I mean, it'll get better. It'll get better, trust me. Trust. It'll get better. Trust. Okay. So... they're just obsessed with using String Shot at the moment. Okay. Whew, still not poisoned, luckily. Okay. Here we go with the EXP. And Kakuna. Do I want to split some EXP, maybe? I can split some EXP with Wheeler. Because is Wheeler who I want? Because Wendy can get into Pidgeotto. This is true. This is true. Wendy can get into Pidgeotto. So she's probably worth training up a little bit, no? I think so. I do think so. Right? Do I have access to Pidgeotto or no? I don't remember. Here I am, just like... Do we have access to you, Pidgeotto? Where are you, Pidgeotto? Pidgeotto is allowed. So maybe I train up Wendy a little bit, actually. I think I'm gonna train up Wendy a little bit. So Wendy is just gonna go in and spam, spam, spam. So now Wendy can get some levels. Wendy is gonna be out for blood. Huh? I ran out of Pokemon, Well, too bad. Alright, I wanna look at Special K too. So Special K is also Calm. So what are these natures? What are they? I need just, like, to memorize this nature chart already. So, calm natures are plus special defense, minus attack. Yucky. What is docile? That's a neutral one. And you do have guts. So I have guts Rattata, but I don't have guts Raticate. So, I don't know. Something to consider later. If I need it, I guess? I don't know. I don't know if I'll need Guts Rattata for anything. Maybe it'll help against the rival? At where? Heck if I know. Nugget Bridge? Maybe? I don't know. I'll need something to take on the Bulbasaur. But that's probably gonna be... I can probably get Pidgeotto at that point. So I think that's gonna be Pidgeotto's job. So let's see. Let's see. Okay. And String Shot. And Caterpie's down. Woohoo! Alright. And Leonardo reaches 11. And what do you got next? Caterpie again. So, the early game of Fire Red and Leaf Green really is riveting, huh? Just fighting the same two Pokemon over and over. Oh, man. So, let's see here. Yeah, when do I think... I have to think about some things when I'm playing this. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. I'm just waiting for something to happen. Okay, so let's just keep going in the grass, I guess. That leads back to there, so it's silly to keep going this way. I'm actually gonna run away from the Weedles, because I don't want to get poisoned. I don't feel like getting poisoned right now, actually. I'm good, thank you. Alright, so I know there's a trainer up here. And... get another Weedle, so I'm gonna run away. Run away! Run away! Alright, so I'm going to heal up Leonardo one more time. And now I'm also skipping that little animation that plays when you're healing. That takes up a lot of time if you don't skip it. Like, it's cute and all, I guess, but This feels unnecessary. Alright, so Metapod. So I guess I'll give Wendy another thing. You know, because Pidgeotto would be nice to have, I guess. So, get Harden, and then I'm just going to tackle a million times, because nobody wants to see that. The Harden spam. Okay, so Wendy grew to level 5 and learned Sanda. Yeah, oh my god, my special attack's higher than my physical attack. That's atrocious. This is just atrocious. Are we sure we want this? Are we sure? It's something. It'll be useful against grass types. I'll give her that. I'll give her that. She will be useful against grass types. Let's see. String shot. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. I'm running out of tackles, though. I'll have to switch to Bubble soon. Well, hopefully I get Water Gun soon, but I really don't think I'm going to get Water Gun in time for Brock. I think that's going to be, like, right after... I think that's going to be at 15. Don't miss! Stop it! I don't like when you miss. Alright, another string shot. And goodbye. Okay. And Wendy grows to level 6 from that. Still does not gain attack. Oh, this is embarrassing. You're embarrassing me, Wendy. Alright, Wendy. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Ora, ora, ora. Okay, level 12. And you get to level 7. So still no Gust, but, you know. Ooh, you gained attack. You finally have 10 attack. Let's go. Let's go, 10 attack. Heck yeah. Alright. So let's see here. Yeah, just keep going. There's one trainer left. So this last trainer should be easy enough. Alright, a potion. Do we need to heal up? What are we feeling? 4 damage? No, we'll be fine. If I need to switch in, Wendy is level 7 now, so that's not too bad. So we can take on this last guy. Why the rush? I don't know. Everyone has Metapods and Kakunas, and they take too long to kill. So that's for the speed up, sir. Use tackle. And yeah, we'll just keep going with the tackles. Don't do it. Alright. And we just need to survive one more without getting poisoned. I almost went the entire forest without getting poisoned, but alas, it was not meant to be. That's okay, though. I bought antidotes. I was prepared for this. I thought it was going to be a lot worse. Alright, 99 experience. So yeah, we're not quite ready for Brock yet. I would like to be level 14 for Brock. So let's give the antidote right now, because we can die of poison in the overworld in this game. Hooray! Alright, where's that potion? There's a potion around here. I'm not crazy. Pikachu, I am sorry, Pikachu. You are not being fought, because I don't want to play around with Thundershock right now. So I know that there's a potion around here somewhere. Yep, right there. So in case you didn't know, yeah, there's a potion right there. Just a little thing if you want a little, you know, spend a little less, get another healing item. Works pretty well. Alright. So let's see here. In Pewter City. Hooray! Okay. And then we're here. And just heal up, and then... I guess Leonardo can face the trainer inside the gym fine. But then I'll probably go back to do a little additional grind in the forest for some of the Pokemon, I guess. You know, just a little fast-forward fest. And let's get the Pokeball there. And yeah, let's go into the gym. Now let's see if we get Water Gun, because we're level 12 right now. We can get up to level 14. I'm probably not going to get to 14 on everyone, because that's going to take way too long. But I might get, you know, some decent levels on everyone. Alright, so you're going to start with Geodude, so Geodude will be super easy. I don't even know if we'll one-shot, though, with Bubble. Bubble is too weak. So, let's see here. Oh, we do with a... Well, it was a crit, but... Okay. So, 183. Alright, level 13. Oh, okay, we get Water Gun. I can just take on Brock right away. We'll get rid of Bubble. Sorry, Bubble. You're now Water Gun. Alright, goodbye, Bubble. Welcome in Water Gun. And Sandshrew. So, Water Gun. Water Gun. Almost a one-shot. And Defense Curl. So, one more Water Gun will do. Water Gun! Do I just unceremoniously face Brock? I think I do. I think I unceremoniously just face Brock. Because that's the thing we do here. I didn't take any damage, and I got Water Gun. I really don't think this is going to be a challenge at all. I have faced Brock, like, so many times across my life, and if there's anything I know, is that he just... he will get one shot. Onyx might not get one shot, but it will definitely get two shot. So, goodbye. Level 14. And then we go to Onyx. Ugh. A little itch in the ear. Oh no. Alright. Oh no, bind! Oh no, 2 damage, guys! 2 damage! Oh no! I took 2 damage. 2. You know, maybe this is why they kept Piplup stuck with Bubble for so long. Like, they don't want you to have Water Gun against Rourke. They don't want that for you. So, ironically, Piplup probably ends up having the hardest time against Rourke, because you can just get Monferno before Rourke. Sorry, Piplup. Piplup, unfortunately, probably has the worst early game in that generation. It would be Chimchar, but fighting type. At least with Torchic, you can't... If you're playing with level caps, you can't get Combuskin before. But Monferno, you get at a nice level of 14. Like, that's... Yeah. That's crazy. But Turtwig just has Razor Leaf, so Razor Leaf is better than Bubble. We love that. Plus, I think it has Absorb, too. It's been a while since I've used Turtwig, but I remember Turtwig with Absorb. I like Turtwig a lot. Turtwig's cool. Alright, so I'll take a peek onto the next route, but I mainly want my running shoes. So this guy can give me my running shoes, finally. Alright, so what is going to be Misty's level cap? So Misty is going to be level 21. So just remember that. I can't go over 21. Okay. I don't have access to Wartortle either, so remember that too. I do have access to Pidgeotto, though. So, let's see here. I want to see how many trainers can I avoid fighting. That guy's gonna have Weedles. So I guess we'll fight the Weedle guy. Oh, excuse me. Because I'm thinking we fight a little bit of the trainers. And then when we get to a better point, we can what was my select button? I don't even remember what my select button is. I want to change water gun to the first slot. Is it enter? Shift? This button? This button? Backspace? Yeah, backspace. Thanks, backspace. Alright. So, just to get a few more levels on Leonardo, I can see Leonardo doing fine for a bit longer. I'm gonna hope that maybe I get Jigglypuff in the grass, but the Nidorans are looming over there. Nidoran female would be fine, but I don't really... I mean, if I get Nidoran male, I can trade him. I can get Ms. Nido. So Ms. Nido will be nice. But no Nidorino. I need to remember that. Oh no, I'm gonna have to deal with also Leonardo trying to evolve a million times, and I'm probably gonna forget. If I forget, then that leaves Squirtle off the table, unfortunately. Alright, so... Okay, you beat me again! Ah! I did, didn't I? Okay. So... I know if you triangle around him, there's a girly that's, like, right up there, and we don't want to fight Miss Girly Pop. I like shorts! You sure do, don't you, kid? Okay. So... Rattata. I don't think they have, Hyper Fang yet. If they had Hyper Fang at level 11, that'd be crazy. Although I do remember, I think Patrat gets some pretty crazy moves early, too. I know it gets Bide, and Bide is super annoying. So many times, just Bide is just like, oh, I'm gonna take out your Pokemon. And you're like, well, I need a sacrifice now. Alright, Ekans. So yeah, here's the Intimidate. I can probably get one of those after Mount Moon. Okay. But yeah, Leonardo's still doing well, so... Alright. And Water Gun. So I recently was playing, like, just a regular Nuzlocke to kind of, like, freshen up my Nuzlocke experience of Fire Red before I did this. And I was using Golbat for a while, and do y'all know how frustrating it was to see this animation play, only for every time for it to just cancel itself out, because you can't evolve Golbat into Crobat for whatever ungodly reason in this game? Like, that is absurd to me, and I hate it. Like, why would you do that, game? Why would you do that to me? Like, does anyone else think it's silly how this game decided to just lock you out of the Gen 2 Pokemon evolutions? Like, I get it, you want to be faithful, but like, just let me use freaking Crobat if I want to use Crobat, right? Like, doesn't that make sense to let me use Crobat? You would think so. That's what a normal... Oh man, I ran into her. Oh, I guess I did look at you. That was a mistake, ma'am. I didn't mean to look at you. I didn't mean to look at you, Janice. Please forgive me. I wanted to try and save some of these guys for EXP if, you know, I catch something else that I want to train up or something. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I could also use this as training for Wendy right now, but, you know, I don't know how... I don't know. I don't know. Because I'm gonna need her against the next rival fight. I do know that. Okay, Janice. You're mean. No, you're mean. Girl. Okay. So we either fight the bug catcher or this lady. I guess we fight the bug catcher. Are you a trainer? No. What if I said no? Like, do I have to fight? So, Weedle. Okay, 4 Pokemon. Ready to get poisoned? Oh, yeah, I one-shot them. Okay. So at least Squirtle isn't falling off yet, you know? I guess that's why I'm keeping on, like, the Squirtle train right now, and just, like... I think Squirtle can do fine against Misty, too. You know, just because it'll have access to, you know, Bite and everything like that, so... I do think that there is use in, you know, keeping Squirtle around until at least Misty. So I'm trying to get Squirtle leveled up, too. I don't want to get way too high with Squirtle, though, because if I hit that level cap, I'm in danger. Alright. Because I don't know what else I'm gonna, you know, catch. So I need to be very careful. But now Wendy has, Gust, so we can deal with the bug types easier with it. So, maybe I can have Wendy go up against, this, next bug type trainer. Yeah, there it is again! Stopping the evolution. When do I get my first Everstone? I just handed an Everstone to my Golbat when I used it just because I was so annoyed. I was like, oh my god, stop it! Stop it! Alright, what did you just catch? Caught Caterpie. Wow. What's level 11, though, so... Oh, man, I used Tackle instead. Boo! I meant to use that. Although it's not... it did good damage. I really think, like... I wish the Pidgey line was better because I think, like... Pidgey is so adorable. Like, can I just say that? Pidgey is so adorable. I absolutely love Pidgey. And, like... I love the Pidgey line. They're so adorable. And can I say, like, the original Red and Blue Pidgey sprite is so funny. Like, it's literally just bird. Like, I think that it is so funny and cute. Like, I've always had a soft spot for Pidgey, and I've always tried to, like, make it work whenever I'm playing games, and I always want one, despite knowing that there are so many Pokemon better than it. But I'm always like, you know what? I'm gonna prove the haters wrong. I'm gonna use Pidgey. I'd be better off using Spearow or Doduo instead, but you know what? Pidgey's gonna do great. Just can't compare, unfortunately, to the likes of, you know, Starly and Tailo and Fletchling and Corviknight and any others. I'm sorry. I still like you. Okay, let's get an encounter. I'm ready to catch something. Are y'all ready to catch something? Okay. Okay, it's a dupe, so don't have to worry yet. We can just get some EXP. Keep you all in suspense and actually fight. Okay, Keen-Eye, I see you. Oh no, I'm running out of water. I'll have to get more soon. You know what's crazy? I have, like, at work, I have, like, such little time because I'm so busy. Jiggly! Jiggly! Oh, I got Jiggly! Oh. Okay. No, don't do that. Let's throw a Pokeball. I was saying though, I have such little time to actually, like, drink water at work because I'm so busy that, like, everyone always goes there like, your face is so red, and it's like, yeah, I need water! Because I work out before I go to work, and I try and stay hydrated, you know, during and after my workout, but then, like, the minute I get to work, like, all of a sudden it's so hard to use the bathroom, it's so hard to get a drink of water, that, like, on my break I'm just like, water, water, water! And then I feel so full after like, my lunch, usually a salad, and then, like, my water, I'm just like, ugh, full. Alright. That's... Yeah, I remember Jigglypuff does not start out with an attacking move, is the only problem. So I'm gonna have to... Oranberry? Excuse me, ma'am. That was rude. That was rude. Alright. Back into the yellow health you go. Rude. But I'm excited for Jigglypuff just because we can get, oh my god, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me, Jigglypuff. Just because we can get Wigglytuff super early. I'm gonna have to run back to the town and get more Pokeballs. Oh my god! I'm gonna have to risk the crit and tackle one more time. There we go. Cause this Jigglypuff gonna eat up my Pokeballs. Okay. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Oh my god, no! Don't do this to me! Oh, I only have 2 left! Whew! I got her. I got her, girls. We're okay. I'm so worried I won it. Captivates souls with huge round eyes and lulls them to sleep by singing a soothing melody. You know what? I'm gonna name this as a tribute, so... Recently, I used to watch, like, Drag Race a lot more, and I don't really anymore. There's some things about it where I'm just like, I don't need that anymore. But I watched it, and I remember there was someone, Jiggly Caliente, and she recently passed away. So I'm gonna name her after this because, you know, she was always fun, she was always a good person, so she will be remembered. Alright, let's see here. I need to run back to the Pokemon Center is what I need to do. And I need to buy some more Pokeballs too. Alright, so can you move, you fat ass? Thank you. I'm so kind to the NPCs. That's just me, like, a scion of kindness, acceptance, beauty, all of the above, you know? I know what I'm doing. Ooh, that guy has a Jigglypuff too. Maybe we can be friends. I remember this Jigglypuff NPC is actually really fun though, because we talk to Jigglypuff. It's like they're from the anime, the Jigglypuff. Maybe our Jigglypuffs can be friends. What's a naive nature? Naive. Naive is plus speed minus special defense. Fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, Jigglypuff doesn't have attacking moves. It actually has pretty good attack and special attack for what it is. I mean, it's not quite there yet, but cute charm, we can, I don't know, maybe we can infatuate foes. We have a lot of HP, so we'll see. We will see. Alright, now we can do some switch training with it. So I want that. You know what, let's catch, oh, I need to buy Pokeballs. I'm being silly. I have like 1 left. I do not want to fail a captcha. Okay. Unfortunately, we might get stuck with Zubat, though. I don't really care to use Zubat. Zubat is pretty bad. Alright, Antidote. I have 4. Let's buy 1 more. Paralyze Heal. I have 1. Awakening. Let's buy 1. Let's buy another Paralyze Heal. Potions. Let's buy 4. Escape Rope. We have 0. I would like an escape rope, though. If Mount Moon is too challenging and I start running out of resources, I need an easy out. I think that's a safe thing to do. Okay. So, I don't want to actually fight some of these remaining trainers quite yet. Because if I fight them now, then that means Mount Moon ahead. Yeah. Then that means, if I potentially get Geodude or Clefairy or Paris, ooh, maybe I should have bought a Repel to try and get Paris. Oh man, because I can use Parasect. No, I should, man. Oh jeez. I can't make it to the entire downstairs without an encounter. Oh, that's gonna be crazy. Now, I could get a Magikarp here for my Route 4 encounter, but I don't want to do that. I'd rather try and get Ekans. So we can use Arbok. I can use Parasect, but... oh, man. It's gonna be hard to avoid Geodudes and Zubats. Might have to hold out for that one until the Safari Zone. But then again, they gave me Kangaskhan, I'm pretty sure. Like, right? Don't I got access to, like, Kangaskhan, of all things. So, I don't know. I don't know about all that. But having access to Kangaskhan is crazy. Alright, let's get this berry. Unless I just did. I have, like, no memory at all of anything that ever happens. Alright. Mount Moon. I would prefer to get Paris. So I should have bought a Repel, but I didn't. You know what? Is it too late to sell something? I gotta sell something. I want Paris. I think getting Paris is the right call here. Is it gonna be better than Geodude, though? That's a, ooh, that's a question. Because I can get Oddish. Can get Oddish. What does Geodude help us with? Geodude helps us with Arrival and the Flying, and their Pidgeotto. Pidgeotto's gonna be a big problem, that's true. Ugh, but I risk getting Zubat. Do I really want Zubat, of all things? Like, no I don't. I don't want Zubat. Well, then again, if I catch Paris now, what the heck am I gonna do against Pidgeotto? Like, Geodude is my best answer here. I need to try and get Geodude. Okay, here we go. No! It's Zubat! Alright. Here, just... I am frustrated, to say the least. Zubat. Why? Oh, man. Okay, let's catch it, I guess. We can get a dupe somewhere else. That's disappointing. That is disappointing. But you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah. Use your echolocation because you don't got eyes. I'm gonna name you O negative. O negative. Because I'm feeling negative right now. I'm a negative Nancy. Alright, we're not gonna face her right away. We're not gonna get any more encounters from Mount Moon. Let's fight the trainers outside Mount Moon. We'll give Jigglypuff some experience so it can actually attack. So, first, go with this lady. Eek, did you touch me? I guess if that's like... I wonder what does the trainer do? Like, when you press A in front of a trainer, do you go like, hey? Like, is that what you do? Or is there something else that I'm unaware of? Who knows? Oh, 14 Jigglypuff, though, jeez. Sing... Nope. No singing for you. Boop. Ow. That was rude. Okay. Oh, the cute charm, too. Yeah, I'm gonna have to switch out of there. That's unfortunate. Alright, Wendy. Let's go, Wendy! Defense curl. Does Jigglypuff even have an attack move at level 14? It's gotta, right? I mean, level 14's really high to... Yeah, pound, okay. Woo! That does a lot of damage, actually. Use one more. Ow! Okay. That works. Alright, everyone gets a little bit of EXP. But that was a little oof, a little crunchy. Alright, let's go back to the Pokemon Center one more time. And then we have 2 more trainers to fight over there for some EXP. Wonder why... I think Jigglypuff gets pound at like 9. I remember using Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff was just off-brand Clefairy, so... It has some things different from it, but, you know, I had enough of a good time using it, you know. I'm not opposed to having super powerful Pokemon right at Mount Moon, so... Well, I shouldn't say super powerful, but more powerful than what we have. I'll say that. Alright. So this lady with her rats. Alright. Switch into Leonardo. Because Leonardo's over-leveled now, so Leonardo will be able to take on anything. Your tail whips don't scare me, bud. Alright. Goodbye, water. Okay. You know, I have my air on, but it's actually kind of cold in here. I'm gonna go turn that off, actually. And you know what? I could use a bathroom break, too. And more water. I need a lot of things in life, so... I'll be back. Maybe you should go pee and get something to drink, too. I've returned. Hello. Alright. So, let's keep going with this. Alright. Get back onto the tab and keep playing. Yippee! I'll probably go through Mount Moon today. That feels like a good point to, like, you know, call things off. Like, get through the first big dungeon of the game. And then we can start on basically the next section of the game. Be nice! No. I like being mean. No, I consider myself pretty nice. You know, I'm easily stressed, but I'm pretty nice. Hey, you're not wearing shorts. What's wrong with you? I am wearing shorts, actually. They're pink. I like my pink shorts. Alright, Spearow. And yeah, you're not going to be able to do anything still. Right? You didn't get anything, did you? No. Norp. So we switch to Leonardo. Okay. Okay. And another water gun. Oh yeah, that's nice. Good damage. Alright. You know, I thought it was gonna be a lot hotter today, because my phone said, well, 80 degrees. I guess it's just my AC has been making me feel really cold. But I turned it off now. Did I even get that berry? My memory, seriously. I did get the berry, okay. But yeah, my AC actually broke a while ago, and so we had to get it fixed, which is over $1,000. And then like a couple weeks later, all of a sudden the AC stops working again, and I was like, are you serious? So after spending $1,000, we get this checked out again, and then something in our outdoor AC broke then. So that was affecting the AC in here, so I was like, okay. So I spend, luckily, only another $300, but still, I was like, are you serious? So that was frustrating, but you know, it was fine. It's fine. Everything's fine now, so here we are. Alright, let's go into Mount Moon. And let's go. Okay. Well, do I even... Is Zubat better than being on... Honestly, no. No, it's not. I'm sorry. I mean, it's better leveled than some of these guys, but I can always, like... I can always level them up a little bit, you know? I feel like leveled up a little bit, they'd come more in handy. Because we have a flying type with us right now. Bullet Seed. Alright, Bullet Seed. That's why I was debating catching, Paris, because Paris can learn Bullet Seed. And that could be good for Misty, but I was a fool. I was trying to prioritize my experience against the rival after Mount Moon, which clearly was not a good idea. Clearly, I should have been more... I should have just... I don't know. I should have done something. I'll say that. Alright. Weedle. So, we can actually send out Wendy. So Wendy's adequately leveled to take on trainers now. Alright. There we go with the Gust. You know, I'll say, to only get poisoned once, like, are we sure that, like, this is legit right now? I swear, I am poisoned every single time a Weedle uses Poison Sting. Anytime one looks in my directions, I get poisoned. Like, I'm poisoned right now because I'm looking at that Weedle. Like, this is absurd. Alright, Kakuna. So we're gonna send in Jigglypuff again, Miss Caliente. Alright, and she can't do anything, so we are just going to swap right back into Wendy. Hooray! Alright. So let's see here. Just do that. So as far as things go, I'm very excited. So I get to do a couple fun things coming up soon. I get to go to my friend's bachelor party. Let's see. It's not the next weekend, but the weekend after that I get to go over there, so I'm not going to be on here. I'm going to be doing that, and then the weekend after I'm going to be on vacation. So I'm excited. I'm doing a little road trip around a couple states, and I get to see my little sister, too. So I haven't seen her in a while. That's gonna be fun. So I'm very, very excited to do some things coming up, because, you know, sometimes, you know, you get stuck in just, like, the lull and dull and dreary of a lot of things that you just need a break from everything. You need something exciting to do, and that's what I get to do, so I'm very happy. Alright, so Wendy gets her level up. You got me. They got us, gal. Alright, I already went up there. So now we can take on wild Pokemon, potentially. Alright, Zubat. Let's see how Caliente does. So, Leech Life. Yeah, they're only gonna be able to use Leech Life. And they do 3 damage. Wow! Yeah, we do a lot more. And Astonish doesn't even affect us. Now, I don't know why Fire Red did this specifically. I think it's because they were trying to be more, like, beginner-friendly, I guess, but they actually switched around Astonish and Supersonic on Zubat's Learn Set. They didn't do this with a ton of Pokemon, but some Pokemon just, like, randomly have just, like, a move swapped. Like Zubat, for some reason. Like, that's the only reason I can think of that they would switch Supersonic and Leech Life, because in every other game, it's not like that. And they did the same thing with Charmander learning Metal Claw. Like, it's only because they want you to have something to do against Brock. Like, that's the only reason. So, my thought is, like, they have to, like, they did that for a reason, and that's probably the reason, right? Like, I imagine it has to be. Alright, Clefairy. We are going to switch. Switch! Give me my EXP. Encore. Well, I didn't do anything, so... Loser. Alright. So... we're not doing a ton, but... it's better than nothing. It's better than what our other Pokemon can do, I'll say. And Sing misses. So this Clefairy will give us a good amount of EXP, luckily. And one more should do it. Yeah, Encore. Yes, Encore me into the move I was using. Thank you. And with that, over. Done. Just like that. Alright, Jigglypuff grows to 10. And I lost? You did. You did, baby girl. Okay. So, I'm going back to heal, of course. Because while I'm at the beginning of the cave, I'll gladly go back to heal. But once I get past a certain point, it's just... it's too tedious to run back. Especially since I was a silly goose. I didn't bring repels. Because I couldn't afford them, because I wanted to buy other things. I want to make sure I'm prepared for this cave, because I can't evolve Squirtle. So, you know, that's... it's a little concerning, to say the least, you know? Alright, so... did I really make it to that portion? Like... I'm floored. I'm floored. Alright. So, only Parises appear in this middle portion, so... I really wish I made it there the first time. Would have been better than Zubat. But I was hoping for Geodude. I know maybe it's silly to be like, oh, I want Geodude literally for one fight, but like, I don't know. Parasect could have been used longer term, I guess, but oh well, it's fine. Alright, so we have Team Rocket up there. Alright, so we're gonna lead with you. And we are going to let Miss Jiggly get a little EXP from the switch. Okay. Luckily, have Sandshrew to start with, so it's a perfect switch. Let's see here. Watch as, like, Squirtle's just gonna be used the entire game. Like, I'm not... Like, who needs Wartortle or anything? Who even needs the Dugong that I was generously given? Like, who needs that? Who needs that? Let me ask you that. Who? I am using Squirtle the entire game. What? Alright. And there goes a Tail Whip. Doing nothing. We love it. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna have to press B again after this. Whatever. Trying to learn Bite. Okay, Bite is really what I was looking for. Bite is definitely what I want against, Misty. Because Starmie is a Psychic type. Bite is a special move. But Squirtle has decent special attack. And we're decently tanky. You know, so... Water Gun, Bite, like, I think we're gonna be pretty solid up until Surge. Supersonic. I don't want to deal with this. We're gonna swap. But yeah, I'm guessing that's what... They didn't want you to run into Zubats and get Supersonic constantly. I mean, that didn't stop them in Red and Blue, but, you know. Red and Blue is the wild, wild west of Pokemon. Come on. Please hit, please hit, please hit. Thank you. Alright. So we still get a little bit of EXP from that, too. Nice. I blew it. You certainly did, sir. And I get to skip this again. Huh? Leonardo stopped evolving. Yes, I would absolutely love, you know, an Everstone right now. Rare times you actually say that, but... Whatever. It's fine. I'm fine. Seriously, I'm fine. Alright. So... Yeah, the Zubats, luckily, are pretty good again, for Jigglypuff to go up against, because they can't even... They can only touch her with a Leech Life. That's doing nothing. Alright. We'll get the Star Piece, so we'll get some money. Money! I know we're gonna need money later for the Celadon department store. Money's not a big issue at the moment, but I know we will need it. So I'm... I wish I should lead with Pidgey when I'm on these floors. Because if I lead with Wendy, then Wendy is going to, be able to deal with them efficiently. So now I can switch back. I know that seems silly, but, you know, is what it is. I'm allowed to be silly. Who says I can't? Alright. So... let's see. What is there to think about? Y'all gotta switch too? Because I don't. I'll probably eventually get one, but man, this just... Games are expensive right now. They're, like, really expensive. Like, I just... Like, yes, I could technically afford it. Like, I have money, but, like... That's a lot of money to invest in Mario Kart right now. Like, I don't know, I like Mario Kart as much as the next person, but that would be all I would do on it for now. I mean, I imagine my, you know, I could watch my husband play Donkey Kong, but, you know, I don't know. Alright, let's try and sing, actually. So, Metal Sound's not great. We miss. Okay. Let's stay out one more turn. Yeah, I'm gonna need to switch now. I don't know if it's gonna have Thunder Shock, but... Oh, perfect. That's what I wanted. I just wanted to guarantee a safe switch into Leonardo here. So let's see. But yeah, switch to, you know, Legend ZA looks aight. Yeah. It's nothing like breathtaking, but it looks aight. Looks like I'll have fun with it. Kirby Air Riders, though. I will be ready for that one. I am excited to play that when it comes out. I was an absolute Kirby Air Ride fanatic as a child. And in fact, I still am a fanatic. Anytime I see my little sister, I bring the Wii, bring GameCube controllers, Kirby Air Ride, just play for hours. Hours. It was really funny. I was really into Kirby Air Ride in high school too, and I knew someone that had never played it, and kind of had a crush on this person, and he liked someone else though, but he actually liked my friend, which was kind of funny because he didn't like him. Whoopsie. But I invited him over to play Kirby Air Ride, you know, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be fun. And I thought that we had a good time. He was over for like an hour or two. We were just playing games, you know. And then I learned from a friend later that he said that he hated the game. I was like, what? He said he had a terrible time. And I was like, oh. I was like, I don't know. I thought we were having a good time, but I guess not. So, you know, whatever. I have fun with my current husband playing Kirby Air Ride, so that's all that matters. It's just funny to look back at some of those things. Like, oh my god, if I look back at myself in high school, like, I'm just a completely different person. It is hilarious to me. Like, I cannot believe the person, like, that I was in high school. Like, I don't know. That's crazy to me. But anyway, back to the game. Well, there's nothing really happening in the game, so let's see here. Ugh. I got more water, yay. Well, I'm actually getting colder just drinking water. I should probably make some, like, decaf coffee soon. I'm trying to stay away from, like, high amounts of caffeine, so I don't drink coffee in the morning. My caffeine intake in the morning, all I will do is matcha. I really like matcha. It's a little expensive, unfortunately. But matcha is pretty good, and I enjoy a lot of the benefits that I feel when I'm, like, drinking it. I don't drink the pre-mixes that already have, like, all, like, the sugars added in them. I take, like, you know, I just have a natural matcha, and then whether I put it, this morning I put it in a smoothie, and, you know, sometimes I put it in my oatmeal or yogurt. Like, I just take, like, a nice little, like, matcha powder and just mix it in with things. So, yeah, it just, I feel a lot better with a lot less caffeine. Like, I'm really bad at falling asleep in general, and so, like, you know, temperature's just off, can't fall asleep, sleeping in a different position other than, like, I have to sleep, like, on my right side, and, like, if I'm sleeping on other position, nope, can't sleep. I'm so picky when it comes to my sleep too, and, like, caffeine, like, really hits me hard. So anything that's, like, above a tea, like, that gets me. Like, I can have, like, one tea a day, and it has to be, like, before, what time did I say? Probably before, like, 2 in the afternoon. Because then by that point, like, if I have something, like, too late in the afternoon, like, it's over for me. Like, lunchtime, like, right after lunch, like, anything that gets close to dinner time, like, it's over for me. I can't. I used to have so much trouble falling asleep that, like, you know, people recommended, like, melatonin tablets. So I started out with one, and then I, like, went up in the dosage. Till it was like 2 milligrams to 5 milligrams. I started doing 10 milligrams. It got so bad. I was taking like 10 of those things a night. Like, and do you know how sluggish you feel the next day? Like when you take melatonin, like too much? Like, that's crazy. I don't anymore, and I sleep mostly fine, but there are still some nights where like I slept fine this last night. I go to bed pretty early because I get tired. But there's like yesterday, I woke up at 1 in the morning, and I couldn't fall back asleep, so I stayed up, you know. Sometimes that happens. But if I have caffeine, like, so many sleepless nights. It's terrible. Alright, rare candy. So, I don't want to use a candy right now. No. No candy. I do like candy, though, but... you know what? Actually, recently, like, do you ever get this? When you get older, you start to have more candy. Like, well, I mean, you have less, but when you're like, oh, I remember liking that a lot as a kid, and then you have it, and you're just like, you're let down. Like, I crave so many more, like, savory flavors now, and, like, yes, I still have a sweet tooth, but, like, my sweet tooth isn't for, like, candy. You know, my sweet tooth is for, like, pastries and muffins and stuff like that. I'm just... anything that's, like, you know, like, sweet tarts, like, Skittles, Starbursts, they're just all kind of gross to me. Like, I'd much rather have chocolate than candy. And even then, a lot of the chocolate that was, like, sold is just, like, not good. Like, I don't know, I guess I'm getting very picky with, like, what I like and what I don't as far as it comes to, like, sweets. Maybe I'm also spoiled because my husband bakes a lot, and he bakes, like, just, oh, so good. So, like, he'll make something, and then I'll have something else, and I'm just like, meh. It's just like a letdown. It's like, I can have something so much better than this. Why would I want this when I can have something so much better? I don't know, that's just how I feel. Why waste the money on something I'm not going to be satisfied with? Alright. Wendy's almost to evolution level, I think. Because it's like... oh god, is it 16 or 18? I remember Pidgey also evolves pretty late. But this is part of why leveling Pidgey's fine. You know, I need something that's good against grass types. Because Squirtle is not. So, we're doing pretty good through Mount Moon so far. We haven't run into any issues yet. I say yet because I know that there will be issues to come. Don't you worry. Alright. So hopefully we run into our first Moonstone soon. I would love to evolve Jigglypuff. I don't know if there's any moves worth, like, learning for Jigglypuff, though, you know? Alright, switch back. Let's use a potion on Wendy. Okay. And here we go. Okay, just Geodudes. Whatever. Whatever. We don't need to grind Leonardo anymore right now. Alright, TM Thief, so we can steal things now. When I get later in the game, we get access to the move relearner, so maybe at some point I find some thing to teach Thief to and start, like, thieving from Paris's or something? Because they can hold tiny mushrooms, and tiny mushrooms are your way to get new moves in this game, since you can't catch Love Disc in the game. And I think the idea with that, when they introduced Love Disc and Hoenn and holding heart scales, is that they kind of want you to farm heart scales that way. So you're never, like, screwed out of never being able to teach a move. In this game, they do the same thing with Paris instead. But that's why in a lot of other games, they always make Love Disc available, whether it be in like Swarms or something else. They give you some creative way to give you heart scales. Although I know now in modern Pokemon you don't need that at all, because they're just like, oh, you want to relearn a move? Sure! So, that makes Stone evolutions busted as heck now. Because there used to be like, you know, I don't really like that they just let you relearn like willy-nilly, honestly, because, you know, you find the stone and then you just give it right away. There's no more thought that goes into, like, oh, do I wait a couple levels? Like, I like when Pokemon games give you this option of, like, oh, well, you can wait a couple levels if you want this move instead. Like, that was something I was always kind of fond of, you know? This kind of decision-making of, oh, do I have to hold off on this Pokemon's evolution so I can learn this move? Or, like, do I evolve and never learn this move at all? You know, that's something that's, you know, interesting to me. I just thought it added some kind of, like, choice-making and, you know? I don't know. Immediate power spike versus long-term benefit. Any hoopst. Let's fight. I'm gonna try... A Tail Whip is concerning. Let's see how much we do with this. Almost half. Okay, 18 damage is a lot. I should switch. Do we have Quick Attack yet on you? Hopefully. I don't think we do. Oh, we just got Quick Attack. Whack. Perfect. Been using Gust so much. So let's see, Rattata. Y'all, I really hope the next mainline Pokemon game is good. Like, I hate to be that person, but I love the game so much, but I just had so many issues playing Scarlet and Violet on the Switch. Like, I don't know, it just... I wanted to like them as much as my friend did. And, you know, she was super into it, my other friend, he was super into it, they were playing together, they were having so much fun. And I want to have that fun again, you know? I used to play with my siblings a lot, like my little brother. I used to play Pokemon with him all the time. And he's not really into it anymore. And so, now, like, if I want to get into Pokemon with someone, everyone that I know is playing, like, the new games. And they're having fun. Like, I'm not trying to stop them from having fun, obviously. You know, me and my husband, you know, we actually found some enjoyment in Sword and Shield. I will say that. I will admit. We had fun playing the raids together. But when we tried to play Scarlet and Violet together, we didn't have fun. Like... I wanted to have fun so much with the game. I really, really tried, but... It just hurt to say that I didn't have fun with it. And, you know, I mean, as a result, I guess not having fun with it really got me into a lot of other games, at least, that I did have a lot of fun with. You know, I got into the SMT series, you know, I just got Digimon, Cyber Sleuth on my computer. So, I've been playing that, too. That's been a lot of fun. You know, you know, it's helped me branch out a little bit more. I played both of the Octopath games. You know, I already played most of one, but I finished one finally, and I got two, and I finished two, like, super quick. Like, that's probably the fastest I have ever finished, like, a JRPG like that. Like, holy heck, Octopath 2 was such a good game. Oh my god, I loved that game so much. But just really, just like, I'm watching my husband play Metaphor right now. I really want to play Metaphor when he's done. Like, that looks, like, really, really fun. As far, like, I've played Persona 4 and 3, and, like, they're fun in a gameplay sense, but I do have my issues with the story and the characters, but I have not seen anything from Metaphor that has led me to feel like I would have that same experience, so I want to play that too. There's just like, I guess in a way I'm thankful that Scarlet and Violet didn't like pique my interest, because it opened my eyes to like a lot of Moonstone. It opened my eyes to a lot of other games. Anyway, enough talking about games. We need to look at this. We need to look at Jigglypuff's moveset. Okay, Jigglypuff learn set. Because I'm very curious. Do I evolve Jigglypuff right at this second? Jigglypuff gets... We get Disable at 14. Do I want Disable? We get Rollout at 19. Do I want Rollout? We get Double Slap at 24. Do I want Double Slap? Like, the only one I can see maybe Body Slam, but that's a 34. I'm not waiting until 34. Holy heck, I can learn Parasong through Egg Move. That's cool. Alright, TMs. Water Pulse, Ice Beam, Solar Beam, Thunderbolt, Dig, Psychic, Shadow Ball, Brick Break, Shockwave, Flamethrower. Move Tutor moves? Where's the Move Tutor? Am I in... Oh, I need to click the Fire Red Leaf Green section. Body Slam, Counter, Double Edge, Dream Eater, Mega Kick. Oh, you can learn Dream Eater. That's interesting. Well, I'm gonna give you the Mega Punch moves. I already know that, like, that's locked in for Jigglypuff. I say we do it. Because I'm not waiting until level 34 to get Body Slam. Oh yeah, Wigglytuff. Because they let me use Wigglytuff. Oh yeah. Let's go Wigglytuff. Heck yeah. And I mean, yeah, we're not gonna be like the most impressive thing ever, I don't foresee. But you know, we have 70 base attack and 85 special attack, 140 HP. Like, that's pretty good for this point in the game. Like, on a level 12 Pokemon? That's not bad. So welcome aboard, Wigglytuff. You are now the Jagan of this team. I mean, Leonardo's not gonna evolve, so maybe Leonardo's the true Jagan. Alright. I love this. Boom. Still doesn't one-shot, but... don't expect that. We're using Pound. I evolved at level 12. Like, a level 12 Wigglytuff. I can't believe y'all allowed this. Alright. What's next? What's next? Got something over there to pick up. Alright. We'll just keep running away from the Geodudes. Let's see. You know, eventually someday, I think it'd be really fun to stream some SMT on here. I like the SMTs. I'm very much into, like, mythology, too. Like, when I was a kid, I had this really big Egypt book, and I went to the store, and I bought it again, because I really liked that book. And it's just so, like, I love watching, like, documentaries and, like, everything, and, like, Japanese history intrigues me, too. Chinese history. I just honestly really like history. History is really interesting to me. So I love just, like, you know, like, ancient cultures, and everything just fascinates me so much. So, very into that kind of stuff. Like, be like, hey, what do you want to do with me? Well, can we watch a history documentary, maybe? I know there's true crime girlies, but I'm a history girly. Alright. So yeah, we're doing well with Wigglytuff. No complaints here. So, yeah, well, it's okay. Alright, let's switch out. I don't want to deal with accuracy problems. Pidgey, when do you evolve? Is it really 18? I have a feeling it's 18. I have a feeling it's 18. Let's see here. You evolve at level 18. Love it. And Pidgeotto is going to be stuck with base 60 attack. I can see why y'all allowed Pidgeotto still. Pidgeotto is mid. Very mid. Alright. So, let's see here. How many pounds do you have left? Because that was looking kind of low. 15? Okay, we're fine. We are fine. And yeah, we were never gonna find Clefairy here anyway. I am fine not having Clefairy. Just keep running, because I don't want to risk of over-leveling Leonardo right now. Because I imagine I'm going to take on the rival first to try and find Oddish. So if we could get Oddish... Ugh, we might get stuck with Caterpie, though. Well, we have 2 chances to get Oddish. We have 2 chances. This is true. This is true. Yeah, Clefairy. I see you. I see you, Clefairy. We're gonna beat you up. Give me your money. Because I don't know if I can say F-word. And not the F-word that other people call me. Alright. Let's see here. Do I want a potion? Why not? I have 7 of them. Let's be safe. Okay. Alright. We Team Rocket shall find your fossils. Da-da-da. Well, I can use them, so I'm gonna have to say no to that. And I'm gonna take Ammonite. I'm going to take Lord Helix. Alright, get hit with the cute charm. And boom! I love the attraction. Cute charm is a little... It's not, like, the greatest ability, but, like... It's essentially, like, almost static. Like... It's just static that works half the time and doesn't lower speed. So, off-brand. Oh, hi bot. Yay, I'm getting the bots. Oh my god, the bots. Hey bot. How you doing, bot? God, I've made it. I've made it on Twitch. I've made it on Twitch, guys. I have bots. I have bots! Oh my god, I'm so excited. I've always wanted a bot. No, I'm not gonna click on that, by the way. Any hoops? Let's see. I know there's another moonstone there. I can't use it, but I might as well grab it. Just to have it. I don't even think you can sell moonstones in this game because they're limited. I think the game... Oh, Clefairies can hold moonstones too. At least I'm pretty sure. They're gonna have coughing and wheezing, probably, if I remember right. Okay. So... Grimer. Okay. Let's try Sing. Okay. So I know that you can minimize, and I don't want to play around with that right now. I'm not feeling that. So let's pound you. Decent. Again, we're not gonna do, like, monster damage or anything with Wigglytuff, but... Ugh. I can't attack anymore. Shite. Okay. So go for it, Wendy. Alright. Let's do a quick attack. And fail to take out because... Ugh. Oh no, we get the crit one, doesn't matter. That's Pokemon for ya. That is Pokemon for ya. Okay, who's next? Voltorb. I'm gonna switch. Send out Caliente. That seems safe. Screech, that's fine. We'll just switch on the next Pokemon. -4. Voltorb doesn't have self-destruct yet, I know that. -6? Girly. Really want to lower my defense. Ooh. Oh, 12 damage. Nice! I do have -6 defense, though, so I need to swap now. Okay. Man, Pidgey, I wish you evolved at level, 16. Like, Starly evolves at level frickin' 14. Like, that's ridiculous. Okay. So, coughing probably would have done a little bit more damage, so we're gonna... Ugh, poison. Well, at least I got antidotes. Fire Red and Leaf Green is definitely the game where you are going to be poisoned the most. Like, compared to Emerald, like, the amount of times that I played that, like, you are poisoned so much more in this game than you are in Emerald. Because realistically, what do you have to contend with in Emerald? What? You got Wurmples using Poison Sting? Like, most of the Wurmples aren't doing that. Most of the Wurmples you fight aren't even level 5. If anything, you're suffering with Stun Spore more in that game, and oh my god, the route with all the static, was it like Route 110? Like, all the static? No. Alright, I do want the Helix Fossil, thank you. And this one is mine. Sorry, I like the Mount Moon theme. But Mount Moon, I must bid you adieu. We have better places to be. Alright. Got away safely. Goodbye, so long, Mount Moon. You've been a good friend. And out we go. To Route 4 again. Alright. So here's where the move tutors are. So... I'm gonna have to decide what exactly I'm teaching. Because, well, we have to make a decision now or forever hold our peace. Because once we jump off that little cliff, we can't go back to these guys. So, Mega Punch, we are definitely... Mega Punch is gonna be a good upgrade for Caliente. So I want Mega Punch. You shouldn't listen to the guy who kicks. Okay, I'll also learn that. Alright, which Pokemon wants to learn it? Leonardo can learn it. But, do I really want that? I think I might just want Caliente to learn that as well. Because Leonardo... I can't see a situation where Leonardo's gonna be kicking shit like that. I think I'm gonna teach that to Caliente, too. To have, like an accurate punch. Like, you know, I have one that's accurate. Well, accurate as 85 can be. And then one, like, pretty inaccurate, like, fail-safe move. Like, if I really need the damage, like, I go for that. Like, that might have to be my answer for, this rival fight. We're now soulmates in the way of kicking. Did you really say that? Oh my god. I'm soulmates with him. Oh, this guy's friend-zoning me. Well, this guy's my soulmate. I don't know who you are, kicking guy, but I'll be your soulmate. How dare that punching guy friend-zone me after all we've been through. Wow. That's so rude. Okay, so I think I'm first gonna heal before I go out to catch something. Okay. So we're gonna heal, and I don't think we can get any items from these houses anyway. I know that outside the house there's a hidden rare candy, so I'll go pick that up before I forget. Because, knowing my memory, I will forget. Okay. So, let's go get it. As far as how I want to tackle things next, I don't know if I'm gonna... Maybe we'll have to grind a little bit. We'll see. Yep, there's our candy. So maybe I have to grind a little bit. Maybe I have to do some other things. I don't know. Because that rival fight's gonna be hard. But then again, so is Misty, and I can't grind too much. Okay. So... we're gonna be way over-leveled in this Pokemon we run into. Alright, not Rattata. Okay, level 8, oh my god. We're too much. Boom. Now these move tutors are the real reason that, like, people are sleeping on Wigglytuff. Like, come on, like... Same type attack bonus, getting, like, this kind of damage at this point in the game. Like, that's absurd. It is absolutely absurd. You know, I might consider training Pidgey up to Pidgeotto, though. That might be a good idea. Oh, if it wasn't clear, I'm playing with the dupes rule, so, I'm not catching these rats. It means that I'm either gonna get Spearow or Ekans here. Yeah, I might as well train up Wendy a little bit on this route. Another rat. Figures. So she will need 2 levels. I might be able to fight the gym trainers just fine. Because I don't see little gym trainers being a challenge. They won't have things like Water Pulse. Okay. Let's see. Ekans! Oh, please have Intimidate. Please have Intimidate, girl. Oh no, it has shed skin! I do not want you to shed your skin! I want an intimidating Medusa. Alright. Whatever. I can use Arbok, though, so I might as well use her. Okay. But yeah, we're gonna catch her. A very common sight in grassland. Flicks its tongue in and out to sense danger. I always liked the Ekans and Arbok line. I just wish that they were a little better. That's all. Alright, let's catch Medusa and add her to the party. We don't need Weedle here anymore. Alright. I wish we had Intimidate, but it is what it is. Alright. So now... let's get you into the party, then heal up. Alright, add you in there. Alright. O negative, you're gonna sit there. Sorry, O negative. Okay. So, and now... Oh, I didn't even heal. How dare I don't. Alright. Ooh, my eye. My eye! Alright, let's look at what Medusa's packing here. Alright, Medusa. You are, let's see here. Shed skin, whatever. Impish. Is that another neutral one? I feel like that's neutral. No, it is plus defense minus special attack. Okay, so get a little more bulk, I guess. I don't know. The attack stat doesn't look too bad for what it is. Training up Medusa might be a little hard, though. But I'll do my best. Let's look at Ekans' learn set. Okay. So Ekans gets Bite at 13. And then Glare at 20. When do you evolve, Ekans? You evolve at 22. It's not too bad. It's a decent spike in power at level 22. Okay. Well, I want to get... Right now, I want to level up Wendy a little bit. What is this rival fight at? So... Let's look up Cerulean City. So... He has... If you could please tell me... Please tell me... I don't think the game wants to tell me. Is it technically the route above that he fights you at? Oh, it is. Huh. Okay. Level 17 Pidgeotto, level 17 Pidgeotto. Dude! That's illegal! And then 18 starter. Okay. I'm not worried about the starter Pokemon. I'm worried about the Pidgeotto. Pidgeotto is definitely the threat here, and I don't have any way to intimidate it, so... I'll try and level up Wendy there. So... Yeah, I can fight the gym trainers real quick. Okay, let's fight the gym trainers. Splash, I'm first up. Are you now? Alright, Horsey... Level 16? Yeah, that's not bad. Oh, you're faster than me. That's disappointing. Well, Bubble's not strong. Then again, neither are we. We're not strong either. Oh, man. Ugh, Pidgey. Yeah, just keep leering. I'm pretty sure you only have Bubble anyway. Okay. So this will give us a good amount of EXP. And then Shelter. We need to swap. Do I switch to Leonardo here? No, I don't need to. I don't want to get so close to the level cap like that right now. I still have a whole nother route I want to go down. But I'll have to call that off if I get too close. Let's do a Mega Kick! I want to show you this damage. Boom! Almost! Oh man. It was close. I'll give it that. It was close. Boom! I'm surprised those both hit. 75 always feels like 45. This can't be. I think it's my Fire Emblem bias setting in because of the weird true hit, like, system that they use where, like, they lie to you with the numbers. Like, can you imagine my face when learning that? Like, hey, the game lies to you. Like, that's not actually the amount, like, chance you have to hit something. Like, that's crazy to me. Okay. Level 19. That's actually really high. But it's a Goldeen, so... I'm not scared. I ain't scared of a Goldeen. And you're missing. Boom. My kicks never miss. Alright, a water sport. And punch. One punch. Boom. Good night. Good night. Alright, Wendy grew to 17. So I want Wendy to gain one more level, probably. Okay. Level 16. You overwhelmed me. Good for me. Good for me. Alright, so... Ugh. Just getting... It'll be so hard to level up Medusa. Medusa can't grind on these wild Pokemon very easily either. I might wait until we get some access to some stronger areas. Because I don't see Medusa being, like, essential anytime coming up soon. Maybe it can just, like, be a good, like, switch to a pivot or something like that, but anything besides that, I don't see it. So we're gonna grind up Pidgey real quick. So yeah, just get Pidgey up on in there. Let's swap that. Hi, Spearow. Bye, Spearow. And we're gonna actually just, like, run back there. Don't you love that I can do this? I have the power of fast forward on my GBA. Man, I'm so lucky my uncle works at Nintendo. Alright, and there we go. Level 18. Just what I wanted. Alright. So with the power of Pidgeotto and the power of Wigglytuff, I should be able to take on the rival now. So that'll be fine. I also have Squirtle. I have Leonardo. Okay, so I will lead with you. Do you have any berries? Yeah, I'll give you an orange berry. Okay. Okay, I'll take on a Mankey real quick, I guess. Actually, I don't want to risk falling into half health. I don't want to use my berry. Thank you. Alright. Before I go, because I did say that we were going to go after Mount Moon, and I did not lie, so I want to stop at 3 o'clock. We are going to... Let's see here. Do I want to buy anything? I don't think I want to buy anything yet. Right? Because I have Pokeballs. I have 8. That's fine. I want to sell. I want to sell me Star Piece. Revives are worthless. And yeah, I can't sell Moonstones, just like I thought. Just like I thought. So let's deposit that into the PC. Because we don't need her. Alright. Boot up the PC. And... Oh, no, I don't want to deposit Pokemon. I want to go into the PC and deposit my rare candies, because I'm not going to be using them yet. And deposit the Moonstone. Alright. We'll see if a situation arises where I want to use the rare candies, like, earlier at some point, but I can always just grind, you know? Like, maybe I just want to, like, level Magikarp up right... well, I can't use Magikarp, so... Okay. So, maybe I should heal first, because I'm going to start the next stream going straight into the rival, and then clearing that route, and then probably fighting Misty, because I need to clear that level cap too. So, to conclude, we are going to start the battle next time with Caliente in the lead. She is going to be responsible for taking on Pidgeotto. If she cannot do that because her accuracy gets too low or whatever, we have Wendy, who cannot have her accuracy lowered, and should be able to finish off Pidgeotto. She's also going to take on Bulbasaur. If there are any problems with Bulbasaur, and we need to shake off like a Leech Seed, I can swap into Medusa fine. Even Caliente, but probably Medusa because we take a type resistance. And we have Shed Skin of any status problems. I would love to level up Medusa more, but that is very difficult to do right now. Then Leonardo. Leonardo exists. Leonardo's gonna be here in case we need, like, another healthy Pokemon to take on Rattata. Because Rattata, ideally, can be taken down by, like, Caliente or something. But Leonardo can take on Rattata as well. Against Abra, maybe I'll send in Medusa just to get the EXP. Who knows? Because it's gonna take a long time to level up Medusa. So, that is the plan for next time. So I'm gonna save my game. And with that, I am going to be done now. I have been here for 3.5 hours talking to the bots. So I hope you bots enjoyed this and you come next time. I need you bots. You mean so much to me. So please, please come again, bots. I really appreciated your time here. Thank you, thank you. If there was someone lurking around and listening to this or doing whatever, I really do appreciate you, so thank you. I'll be back next week around a similar time, and then I will be taking 2 weeks off, and then hopefully be back the week after. But I will keep you all posted. Thank you so much, and I had a good time. Bye!